Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're going to be playing some MekHQ. What we've got on the board today, we've got some repairs after doing this convoy attack from last week, and we'll be gearing up and maybe starting this base attack mission that's slated for 3 days from now. Just a quick recap. We got, let's see here. We recovered the Savannah Master thing. I thought that was salvage. Yeah, that's salvage. The Scorpion has been recovered. The Archer, 77,000, mostly ammo, I imagine. Awesome Atlas, 70,000. Archer, 50,000. The Long Tom. Hey, Varank, how's it going? Hope this week finds you well. I don't know about you, but this week has flown by for me. We had also picked up a Xanthos and a Stalker, so that was cool. I'm super excited for that Stalker. It might be a little bit before it's usable to us in the shape that it's in. It's missing a cockpit. That's a pretty big repair, and the right arm is going to take at least a couple days to put in. Just a couple of things I wanted to bring over before we get started from last week. Ejected pilots. The way I've got it set up right now, ejected pilots are on automatic flee, which means they're removed from the board and the unit is taken out of the initiative rotation. That's an optional rule. The standard rules will have a mech warrior who is ejected remain on the field. They can be used as an initiative sink, and they're also vulnerable to being picked up by the enemy or scooped up by a friendly. Now I haven't been using that because there tends to be more enemy pilots on the field than friendlies, and I don't like giving the computer the advantage of having 3-4 initiative sinks when I'm trying to kill all of his mechs, and I've got to move all of my big guys and then he can wait until after. So that's why I've been using that rule, but it is a rule that I would consider changing if there was public opinion one way or the other. And speaking of which, I know that a couple of weeks ago, I think it was French, ejected from his mech in a mission where we were fleeing from the enemy. And at the end of the mission, I was just like, no, you're not captured. And I just wanted to make clear that I only did that because this is someone that I know outside of the game. We've been chatting on the Discord. Quick plug, hit the Discord up. Join the community. So yeah, I didn't want him to be MIA specifically for that reason, and for the I guess you would call them NPC pilots. I don't plan on being quite so free-handed with them being captured. Rank, I like the pilots being on the board and being able to rescue, recruit, or ransom them. Okay. I think there were a few other options that I was also considering. I'm open to suggestion, of course. If you guys feel like there's a particular optional rule that I'm using or that I'm not using that you think I should use, or vice versa, let me know. It's something I'll at least consider. And I think it's either here or in the MegaMech options. And I do believe I'm probably in the wrong place for it. Yeah, let's go ahead and close out of that. MegaMech options. If I can remember, is it under RPG related? Maybe. Or how about there is a handy dandy search function? Okay, yeah. So we uncheck the box for ejected pilots flee, which was an unofficial rule. Let's see, were there any other, just to give you guys a quick glimpse into how I've got my rules set up. The skin of the teeth ejection is another one that I don't really consider fair. That does give you the ability to rescue a pilot that gets headshotted. And especially early in the game and more of an RPG kind of feel. I don't, you guys know I don't like losing mech warriors or soldiers. This gives me a little bit more resiliency in the unit, especially for these early stages. I'll go ahead and turn that off now because I feel like we're getting to the point where if we lose one of our mech warriors, it's not so debilitating. Whereas we started with 4 mech warriors, and, you know, if we had lost, say, one of our first 4 mech warriors, we would have been down to 3. At this point, you know, we can lose one, we're down to 7. We're in a much better position to be down a man. Boy, it's the part that takes 3 hours for me as I debate how I want to play Battletech that particular campaign. Yeah, my intro video was, I think, about 40 minutes long, and I really skimmed over, like, a lot of it. Did not go very quickly. So there's that. So now ejected pilots or headshotted pilots will not eject, and ejected pilots will be on the field to be captured and ransomed. When our friendly pilots get captured and we try to ransom them back, there's, I think, a couple of different ways we can deal with that. I can either create a special mission or include into an existing mission the option that success equals, you know, recovering an MIA mech warrior. Or we could just at the end of the contract ransom them back the same way we do for them. And there's a chart in the rules for that. I think an elite mech warrior goes for like 150,000 C-bills, which is not much. I think with that, the biggest downside would be spending the rest of the contract missing that person, especially if it is an elite. So let me just organize this the way I always do, not under general, under details. And we go by name, and then weight, and then type. And then back to general. Okay, that's how I like to keep things organized. So all my atlases are together, if I were to have more than one, for example. So I think we're just gonna head straight into the repair bay and start trying. That's such a short list. With 4 regular techs and 1 veteran. The veteran needs to get started on. We've got a foot actuator here that needs to be taken care of, and a leg repair that's going to take some time. This isn't even the bad one. The Atlas is the one that has the arm down to 2. So where is that? And Chris is doing all of our maintenance, right? Likewise, let me organize this by XP, and then skill level, and then role. Okay, so MekTech, Chris is doing all of our maintenance. Shasa, I think, was doing the Victor refit because I wanted that done as soon as possible, and I'm honestly kind of regretting that decision now. That was Sasha bin Kadar. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, it was the Rifleman refit, and that is also going to be like another 20 days, give or take. Okay, so Chris is the only one we've got available right now, and we've got a battle on the 9th. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can do 720 minutes on this. That's not going to be 3, is it? Nope. On an 8, that's about a 40% success rate, and that would be the only chance we get at it. Unless we manage to luck out and get one of our regulars on that. I mean, that's a better odds. And we'd have it a day earlier. So yeah, let's go ahead and get Corporal Veronica Hurst started on that. Halima can do an actuator on a 5. Oh, I'm really biting my nails here, actually. I'm very tense about the amount of damage and the amount of time I've got to fix it. So let's go ahead, 540, so that's going to be just over 1 day. We can take the chance on a 6 for that. And actually, maybe we can luck out and get all of our work done by regulars. I tend to try and have a lot of MekHQs. When I get a free hire, I take a MekHQ. Yeah, just like the real motor pool core. Yeah, MekHQs are definitely a priority for me, especially in the current state. I don't like having to take 6s, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get these reloads done while it's quick and easy. Okay, so the 2 in the transport bay are the ones that need the most work. All right, so we've got 555 minutes of time left for this day. 8s. Can we find anything better? I know we haven't done too many maintenance reports yet. Yeah, these are all 8s for regulars. That's in the field, so that's why. 5, but it's like all day. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock out that one. See if we can find 100 for you. There's 100 on a 5. Yeah, we'll take it. Cool. And then maybe there's a 75 to make things nice and clean. I like it when things work out cleanly. We do have a 45 and a couple 15s works. Oof, that's in the field. That's a D quality part. That's why that's so hard. Maybe we get lucky. 7 is better than 50-50, and no. And then your last 30 minutes you can spend reloading. All right, so that is our tech time for the day. Let's see, we still got a bunch of ammo in transit. We do have an aerotech and some mechanics in case we have any broken parts, but we don't. And then this list I keep organized by detail and name. Thank you. So I think, oh yeah, infirmary, nobody. Also, according to my notes, Murdoch got 5 kills in the Atlas last week. And I remember I had wanted to kind of review that and rewatch it and make sure that everything just checks out and I didn't make any mistakes. But I didn't. So we're just going to go ahead and give him the 5 kills, which should be the Bronze Star. And he should have one for 04, 06, 30, 46. And he does not. So we'll go ahead and fix that up. And now we have more XP. Not quite enough to make us a better pilot. Although we could. Tactics and strategy are important. I know it's kind of house ruly. There's what's it called? The rule set, the MekHQ rule set. Gives you options for how to use tactics and strategy. And just very briefly, the way I use it, strategy gives you a +1 per point on a reinforcement roll, and I plan on discussing reinforcement rolls once I have more than 1 lance. Tactics lets you reroll battle conditions like light and maps, and gives you an initiative advantage. That Bronze Star, is that permission or per campaign? I award the Bronze Star for any mission that a pilot gets 4 or more pilot kills, and vehicles do not count as pilot kills in that case. But he did have, I know 3 of these are civilian mechs. The Power Man, the Militia mech, and the Cargo mech are all civilian mechs. The Eisenfaust was also a primitive. But the Stalker 3F was a legitimate kill. Anyway, 5 is enough for me. I went ahead and gave it to him. Not bad for Free Worlds League. Nice. Yes, he is from Dalton in the Free Worlds League. And there is actually some backstory here. In case you're interested, maybe screen cap that or something. One other thing I wanted to do is that there was a Wolverine on the contract market, or on the unit market, for 10% off. So normally 4.8 million going for 4.3 million. So a little bit of a discount, about 500,000 C-bills. I was hesitant because we only have just under 13 million C-bills, so that represents a pretty significant investment. But looking at the Lance weight classes, I do think that it is something I want to do. So let's go ahead and do that. And I don't know if it up here. Okay, unit will be delivered in 1 day. So that was a quick turnaround. I couldn't remember if I had turned on that option. I knew I wanted it to be on, so that's cool. I just couldn't remember if I had. So starting tomorrow, we will also have a 55-tonner to throw into the mix. However, this week's battles have already been calculated for an assault lance, which actually we've got a 4-4 with hopping jack and a 4-5 with melee specialist. Let's go ahead. I will. Let's see. If I recall, the Wolverine has a cramped cockpit, so the small pilot would help counteract the piloting penalty for that. So she would effectively be a pilot of 4, whereas him without the benefit of the small pilot, it would effectively be piloting of 6, but he punches as a 4. Whereas she's just naturally a 4. So I think that's going to go to Vernita when it comes in tomorrow. And speaking of which, nobody in the infirmary, no one in the repair bay, nothing in the warehouse needs fixed. I do believe we are ready to advance the... what do we have? Probably vehicles. Oh yeah, I did not even start taking apart these vehicles yet. So yeah, let me just try to get Doodles some XP, taking apart some armor on these. For vehicles, I tend to have the armor all done by one guy, and that's the tech that I'm trying to advance the fastest. And then I will just come up here and make everything ×4 and have regulars normally doing stabilizers and veterans doing the engine and sensors, and greens doing the ammo bins. But in times of need, such as when we only have 4 technicians total, so we can have our tank mechanics go ahead and start salvaging these things, starting with the armor with Doodles 9 in the field. So yeah, we are limited on mech bays as far as having a not on paper loner Leopard dropship with 4 mech bays that we're using for let's see, that's the Mackie. Oh wait, no, those are mothballed. That's the Rifleman and the Orion are in 2 of our bays, and then the Archer and the Atlas are in the other 2. Everyone else is in the field. However, that does not apply to vehicles. We have essentially unlimited vehicle maintenance bays, just because, I mean, it's like civilian workshop levels of technical equipment and things like that. Hermes, you're not on this list, are you? No. Okay. Alright, so now that we've got the Savannah Master in a garage instead of just like in the grass, why punch when you can hack with an axe? What do we have? Do we have anything with an axe? I don't think we do. Those axes are pretty rare, honestly. I mean, for such a simple weapon. So we've got 7s failed. Well, I didn't really need that armor that badly. Why is this already D? How long have we been holding on to this Savannah Master that everything is in such terrible shape? Oh, right. This was our Savannah Master, and is in terrible shape because it was being maintained by Doodles. Sorry, usually when there's something to be salvaged, it was an enemy vehicle. I'm not super used to having friendly vehicles being salvaged. So I guess since there's no more armor to salvage, we can go ahead and have Doodles get started on some, I guess, bigger jobs that are going to take up more of his time, like, I guess, stabilizers. We'll have our green tech doing the ammo that's being worked on. Alright, yeah, Doodles, you can just go ahead and start on that. And then we don't have any arrow at the bottom of the list. Cool. Alright, so that should be everything now. And again, what is not being maintained? I thought... Oh, the Xanthos and the Stalker, which we can't... which we don't have anyone to mothball right now. Anything else? The Maxim is salvage, the Vedette is salvage, J27 is salvage, and this is the whole list. So, okay, so we've got 2 mechs not being maintained. As soon as we get a chance, we want to go ahead and put those in mothballs. So, yes, we do want to advance the day. We've got some ammo arriving, a left torso, some armor, actuators, cool. We did fix the right leg on the Archer, cool, way to go, Lonnie. Still working on the right arm of the Atlas, still salvaging the engine on the Maxim. Got the engine out of the Vedette, and I got the sensors out of the Vedette. Failed to get the stabilizer off the J27, which, I mean, it was a stabilizer, it technically has no value, so I don't mind losing it, and it was worth the XP, so I ain't mad. Got the other stabilizer off the J27, ammo bin, working on the Rifleman and the Orion refits, and that's going to be, what, 4 days and, what, 13 days, I want to say, just spitballing. And the Vedette was removed from the roster because there's nothing left of it. Alright, so, back to these guys, we've got, thought I had a green tech. Alright, I guess B, you're my green tech. So we'll go ahead and reload those. We'll give... Oh, I was looking for Doodles, and I was like, why isn't Doodles on the list? Because Doodles is not a mech tech, stupid. 90 minutes, yeah, let's spend a little bit longer on these field jobs. Or, you know... let's go ahead and spend as long as needed on these jobs so that we can get them done as quickly as possible. Dang, no one has 40 minutes left. I always try to keep at least 1 tech with full time allotment for things like replacing arms, which takes exactly 2 days. So like if you've reloaded an ammo bin, then that arm is now going to take you into a 3rd day. So just a little bit of my headspace there for you. Let's see, do we have exactly 90 minutes anywhere? Doesn't look like, although we can make one. Yeah, I'll take a chance on a 6 and luck out. Alright, good deal. God, I do not like 8s. 6s I can do. 8s is rough. 120 minutes. Jeez. $135, we'll give that to B. 75, yeah, because that, oh no, we lost 5 points of armor. I'm more worried about the 75 minutes, to be honest. Alright, let's go ahead, since that is a little bigger job, let's go ahead and throw an extra 60 minutes at that, have B get started on that. We could save 140 minutes by taking a +1 difficulty. Fire that guy, he messed up Hoser's paint job. The paint's fine. The paint is fine, trust me. Alright, so that's all of our mech techs accounted for. We had Doodles, I guess, doing stabilizers because those are the smallest jobs now. And a trailer hitch, sure. And a machine gun, sure. What else we got? That's being worked on. Let's see. You need to reload this. Get that off of my list. Need to reload this. Get that off of my list. Okay. Cleaning things up, one task at a time. And we've even got an ammo bin for you to make an attempt at tomorrow. What else can we get off the list quick and easy? Engine. Take a 5 on that. Well, that'll take 3 days because you only get 960 minutes, and after today that would be 1,000 laps. So that's not super efficient. This, however, would be. Yeah. So that'll be done in exactly 2 days. Alright, that is all of my techs working and accounted for, with 2 days until battle. Oof. Yes. Ammo arrived, right arm arrived, armor arrived. Failed to fix the armor on the Atlas, armor supplies lost, failed to fix the right arm on the Atlas, and it's not gonna be fixable. Failed to salvage the SRM-6 ammo bin, but it's not broken at least. And also, the ammo bin, when you salvage it, it adds to your inventory, because it doesn't really track ammo bins, it just gives you the ammo from the bin, which, I mean, would be no big loss if it was destroyed, but it wasn't, so it's all good. We did fix the armor on Hoser's ride. Still working on the engine in the Maxim. We got the stabilizer, the trailer hitch, and the machine gun off the J27. Sensors are working. 3 days left on the Orion. Alright, so we've got almost full time here. These are all... Let's go ahead and make these all 4s for a veteran. That way they're 5s for a regular. Alright, Halima, you're closest to going up, so you get the little jobs, and I guess I'm going to define little jobs as anything less than 60 minutes. So that we can go ahead and get another veteran up in here as quickly as possible. So that's all the 60-minute jobs for that. Oh, jeez. That's a shame. That arm's going to be at 2 points until it gets fixed. Or fixed, until it gets blown off and replaced. Stalker and the Xanthos. Oh, we don't have any primitive armor. We're not planning on fielding the Xanthos in its primitive state, so I don't feel like I need to replace the armor on it. Alright, so what else? Center torso? I mean, we can... I'm going to go ahead and... The Xanthos and the Stalker are lower priority. I really need to get the Atlas and the Archer up and running. Let's see. Yeah. Halima, you're still doing the little jobs, and I guess I will expand that to include anything under 100 minutes. I'll start eating up your time a lot quicker. Okay, go ahead. Well, that's a 6. Nope, we lost 10 points of armor. But we've got plenty, so it's fine. It's fine. There's no problem here. Alright, 340 minutes, that'll be you, Veronica. Just go ahead and do that for me. 180 minutes there, 140 minutes. Lonnie, you are closest of the ones going left. And I guess B, since you've got the lowest XP, you're doing the biggest jobs. Alright, so that's the Atlas as fixed as we can get it for right now. 180, 180. We'll go ahead and give you 190 so you can finish that tomorrow. Just kind of having all of my regulars doing armor for right now. 260. Alright. Veronica, you're not doing maintenance, are you? You got your full time tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and half your day tomorrow is now spent. So that's the Archer being worked on. The Atlas is good. Stalker and Xanthos are lower priority. We'll go ahead and have our lowest XP, so Sabra, working on this one. I guess Curti, I don't care if that's a 4 or a 5, that's 600 minutes. And the Maxim being worked on. And this one, since there are impossible things to salvage, that's not going to be removed automatically from our hangar. We'll have to do that. You can salvage that arm and then put a new one if you order one. Yeah, there's a problem with that though. I have a battle tomorrow and it takes 2 days to put an arm on the way I do it with Max. I mean, technically it's theoretically possible to do it in half a day, but that's on like a 9+, and I basically never take that chance. So yeah, in the meantime, once they get through the armor, that arm is pretty much toast. Fortunately, the only thing in that arm is a single medium laser. And it's got all the actuators. It doesn't have like a busted shoulder or anything. So as long as the armor holds on that arm, we're fine. But for right now, I'm not trying to remove all the actuators and the armor and scrap it and put a new one on. And that reminds me, I was actually coming over here to locations, and that was the right arm. So we come down here to mech right arm, 100 tons. We are going to go ahead, since I don't trust my guys to get it on the first try, we're going to go ahead and order 2. And the first one will be here in 2 days, so we can, yeah. That's how I usually build up my stock, is when I need one of something, I'll order 2, and that way next time I need something, if I have one and I'm planning on using it, then I'll just order 2 more, and just gradually, the longer the unit sticks around, the more right arms, for example, it'll accumulate. And since they have no tonnage and they're relatively cheap, I mean, what's the harm in buying extras? I'd rather have it when you need it. I mean, in that case, I feel like it is worth dragging it halfway across the galaxy just to have it with you when you need it. Alright, so that is April 8th in the bag. Archer, hopefully, will have all of its armor tomorrow. And if not, hopefully we've got enough time. This 26 points at double time might be an issue if we don't have anyone with 260 minutes left. Alright, let's do this. Base attack defender is today, and that's being a defense. With our base attack, we are going to be including some infantry, field guns, things like that. Artillery, I think, as well. So this is definitely going to be a 2-session battle, because let me just refresh my memory here what they're bringing to the fight. They're bringing 8,000 points. That's a Wolverine, a Griffin, a Hermes, a Scorpion mech, not to be confused with a Scorpion tank, a Spider, which should be pretty easy to take out, a Plainsman, an Assassin, and a Drillson, and another 9,000 points with a Thunderbolt, a Demolisher heavy tank, another Stalker 3F, with another elite pilot. That's slightly worrisome. An Ontos, a Vedette, a Phoenix Hawk, a Cicada, and a Standard Hetzer. That's the Autocannon 20 variant. Fortunately, on our side, we will also have an attached Javelin with a super elite pilot. Nice. The 10N, if I recall, is the one with 2 SRM6s. It runs a little hot, but it's worth it. We also have two, looks like a mixed lance and a tank lance on her side. Wheeled Hetzer, baby. Yep. One of the most iconic and visually striking and recognizable mobile guns of World War II. It's just a cannon on wheels. So we've got 9,500 BV worth of allies. So laser carrier, nice. 3.5 and a champion. A Brutus assault tank, I'm not familiar. But apparently it has 14 SRMs, 2 large lasers, and an LRM-20 with plenty of ammo and pretty solid armor, looks like. So that's cool. An awesome 8V, which I think is the large laser LRM one? No. Okay, so we've got heat sinks, we've got a PPC, we've got more heat sinks. Large laser and an LRM, one LRM? One LRM-15, 2 tons of ammo, and a small laser. So a PPC, a large laser, and an LRM-15. That's a pretty different deviation from either of the variants I'm familiar with. The one with the 3 PPCs and the one with, what is it, 2 LRM-15s and a large laser. I'm so glad a dead end design from 1944 got revived 1,000 years later. Yeah, I really like the amount of the little nods to history that exist in this game. Things like the Hetzer that are kind of loosely based on real world designs. We also have, let's see, a Maxim, a Bulldog, a and 2 Von Lockners, which, let me refresh my memory. Autocannon 20, 2 SRM6s, and an SRM4, an LRM10, and 1 machine gun, it looks like. Okay, so that's pretty decent. Heavy tank with 1 big gun and some missiles for backup, and it's a 2.5 pilot, so he's going to be a pretty good shot with that thing too. And to that end, we are trying to protect a forestry mech, a flatbed truck, a battle mech recovery vehicle, APC tracked machine gun, heavy tracked APC machine gun, a Jabberwocky construction mech, a harvester aggro mech, and a savior repair vehicle. We also have, looks like 6 turrets, including a dual PPC turret. That is not, and a thumper artillery turret. These are some turrets I have not seen the like of before. Usually when I get turrets in my missions, it's, you know, small lasers, machine guns, rocket launchers, maybe occasionally medium lasers. This is PPCs and thumpers. So that'll be helpful. Alright, so that was, it's the day of, so it normally automatically deploys. I don't know why it didn't deploy our lance. So maybe anyone. Okay, the Atlas is damaged. French is still bruised until tomorrow, but I think we'll be okay. I mean, I feel like 7 platoons worth of field gunners might be excessive. Let me go ahead. Well, hold on. Let me get a little more details about this mission. Light urban, town wooded, dawn dusk, clear calm. Okay, so the dawn dusk is going to limit visibility a little bit. So I think I want my heavy gunners. Although I think I want to do a quick little reorg here so that my heavy field gunners are actually heavy and my light field gunners are actually light. So there we go. Our light field gunners are now 3 AC5s. Our heavy gunners are now 220s and 210s. And I just changed the icons to reflect that. There we go. And we deploy to the base attack. And then we're also deploying the Long Tom and the Thumper, and those are going to be off board, of course. Thumpers on turrets? Yeah, no kidding. This is... Mind is being blown right now. Alright, so... let's see, I went ahead and deployed them, so they're not in the repair bay anymore, but let me just double check that the archer is, yes, completely fixed. Still working on this J27, but that's fine. 11 days on the rifleman, 2 days on the Orion. Alright, so we've got the heavy field gunners, the artillery, and our battle lance of mechs. Total of 10 units. And actually, the allies and the enemy force number 2 are roughly on par, so we're really only trying to make up the 8,000 BV difference, and we've got that with our main lance alone. So I'm not trying to challenge myself on this battle. This is a base attack. I don't want to lose this contract because I didn't throw enough at this mission. So yes, I am playing it kind of safe, which, if you know me, that's how I play pretty much any game. For me, I always try to play the long game, safe and steady, or, you know, slow and steady, play the odds, long game, blah, blah, blah. I do prefer the compact display. We're gonna go ahead, if it's done adding forces, there we go. So the javelin through here, we are all starting at the beginning of the battle. The long tom and the thumper are deploying off board, and they are deploying, well, everyone on our team is deploying from the center. The enemy is coming from the west and the south, so we will go ahead and have our artillery from the north. Sure, why not? I don't think it makes any difference at all, but it's whatever. Alright, these are all base civilian units, base turrets, Federated Commonwealth or allies. Real quick, we can actually come in here and adjust the camo if we wanted. Federated Commonwealth, so that's friendly. We can go ahead. I kind of want them to be, you know, default blue so that they stand out in my eyes as friendly. Although maybe not the same shade of blue as the base civilian units. Can we go with, let's go with green. Actually, you know what would make more sense would be if we gave them a Federated Commonwealth camo, which, and Davian Steiner, I don't see Federated Commonwealth. Well. Let's see, we can, so for the friendly units, let's go ahead and give them this blue and yellow camo, and let's actually see what that looks like here. Okay, yeah, so blue and yellow, that works for me. It's distinctive. Okay, I don't mind having the turrets and the civilian units being the same color, not a problem. Free Worlds League, let's go ahead. Free Worlds, remind me, is Free Worlds Merrick, right? Right? Yeah, Free Worlds League is purple, I thought. I like the look of that one. And let's go ahead. Okay, so nice, bright, vibrant purple, which I don't think I'm going to get confused with any of these. And then Free Worlds League 2. Let's give them, I guess, more of a grayish tone, just so that I can tell them apart a little bit. I mean, they're kind of purplish. we do have a reroll, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, we do have one reroll. So actually, if we wanted to make it lighter or darker, we could do that. But I think the Dawn Dusk favors our more veteran lineup that we've got. And while I'm in the mission, I like to keep it there. So I don't think I actually need to use any of the rerolls if this all looks fine. We could maybe take away some of the woods. Yeah, let's go ahead and clear that up a little bit. I don't want them hiding outside the town and like trying to shoot in. I don't want there to be any hiding spaces except for mine. All right, so that's our one reroll, and now yeah, we've got some pretty good sight lines for those autocannon 10s and any LRMs that we're bringing, like say from the archers that I have 2 of. Let me just double check everything. Who is going to be the biggest threat? Maybe it looks like the enemy. Oh wait, that's still friendly. It looks like the Griffin coming in from the west is going to be the big boy on that side. And it looks like the Stalker coming in from the south, obviously. Followed by the Thunderbolt, and then the Phoenix Hawk is surprisingly high. With the Demolisher also being one to look out for. So we had the Griffin coming in from the west, followed by the Wolverine, followed by the Scorpion, followed by the Hermes, which is worth a surprising number of points. Wait, Mercury. That's not a standard Hermes 2, is it? 711, 120 armor. 3 medium lasers, 2 machine guns, and a flamer with half a ton of ammo. Huh, that's actually a pretty solid mech. The Hermes 2, the 25th Merrick Militia was on wing in 3048. I did not know that. So that's... Okay, let's... hold on. Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and use the 25th Merrick Militia for that. And let's just go ahead and take a quick look what it's going to look like on the mechs. Okay, so we've got the purple with the red and blue coming in from the west, and the purple with the gray coming in from the south. Alright, I think I'm all set up and ready to roll. There's going to be, yeah, the designated artillery targets is obviously going to be the first step. Geez, this is a pretty big map. So I think we're going to start by designating all of these heavy woods, since we've got 15 places to go. Maybe I should have only done 2 of those. Let's go ahead and put one here and one here. And how about one here? Alright, so we've got 9 left. Nice open fields over here. Nothing to worry about. Coming in from the west, so they're going to have this entire... I want to, but I know you guys are going to give me crap for bombing my own base, so we're going to go there. That way, even with the Long Tom, which has 2 hexes of splash, we're in the clear. All we're going to be bombing is rubble. So 7 left, so we've got that one. Excuse me. We'll just be careful with that one, not to Long Tom that one, thumper only. And if they're in these woods, I'm not worried about them. It's too far away to do any good. So we've still got 4 more targets. I'm thinking, I guess, here looks good. And I feel like these woods here might be a place that they would want to hang out and try to snipe this area from. Alright, 2 left. Let's go ahead and just do this one because it's a heavy woods. And something tells me this area here is going to be more important. Alright, so that is my 15 targets. We have lost initiative for deployment. Our team did, and then within our team, yeah, we also came in last. So we are actually deploying first of the first. So that's cool. We are... Alright, for this I'm gonna want the mini-map more than anything. Okay, so we're primarily going to be a long-range engagement with the archers and the awesome. The autocannon 20s for when they get close, but I want those to be more, I guess, hidden, where they can like spring out and ambush whoever decided to get too close. I feel like here is, wait, yeah, wrong team. Yeah, we can go here, that way we can go down this way and try to cover south, or we can come up this way and try to cover north. So that works for me. And then I guess the other autocannon 20 should probably go over here somewhere in case they try to come up here. We could stick them in these woods here just to try to, well, I kind of think I'd rather stick an autocannon 10 there with the extra range. Because it does have nice clear lines of fire. Okay. He didn't bomb his own town, he may lose the title of the bloody bomber. The rebel must be from the test shots. No, it was like that. I promise I had nothing to do with that. Let's go ahead. Is this what height is this building? Is that's height 2. Height 3, height 3. Is there anything I can stand behind and get partial cover? Is what I'm looking for. But these are all too tall to shoot over. I didn't want to deploy the Awesome or the Alice quite yet. I wanted to try to see if I could see where the enemy was deploying first. I think with the Mark III Archer, what I'm going to do... So I'm going to start here. I can walk into these woods on turn 1 and cover all of this. And if need be, I can walk further into these woods and cover more of this area. So I like that spot for my archer. And I'm starting to feel as though I'm not going to see where any of the enemies are until the battle actually starts, which is a little lame. Alright, so we've got some AC-20 gunners here. I'm going to go ahead and put the other ones here so they can kind of scoop behind these buildings if there's, you know, anything they need cover from, or they can fall back this way, or they can fall back. Construction factor 100 on the bridges, which is good because the field gunners are pretty heavy, 58 tons. So they'll be able to cross that bridge if they need to. Let's go ahead and put them there. Still not seeing any enemies, so we're still deploying blind, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna put the Atlas here, facing south, so we can break left or right as needed. Put the other archer about right here, so we can get a nice running evasive start over to here. Cover this north section with LRMs, and if we need to, we can break south down here. And finally, Hoser. I'm kind of assuming that the majority of the enemies are going to come from where the south and the west sides intersect. I mean, They don't usually, but I'm expecting them to mass here, and I feel like deploying to counteract that is probably my best bet, because if I deploy against this area and they come from this area, say, it's a better gamble than trying to, come from down here, and vice versa. If they all mass up over here and I need to respond, it's easier to come from here than up here. So we're gonna set him back a little ways because I don't want him to be too close too soon. Or 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I like that. It gives us some options. Oh, did I miss one? Oh yeah, I forgot we had a javelin as well. Probably should have done that earlier, but it is what it is. And the other AC-10 is, I think, going to follow in the footsteps of the archer, maybe. I wish I could get to that woods in one turn, but that's not happening. Or I could try to make it into these woods. Wouldn't have a clear line of sight in this direction or this direction, but it lets me cover most of the south and a good deal of the west. 2 turns to get to cover. We'll be vulnerable for a turn, but what can you do? And then the javelin is going to be my quick response dude. We'll go ahead and put him here where he can kind of jump this way or jump this way as needed. I wish I didn't have to deploy blind, but it is what it is. And we have... Our team has lost the initiative, and within our team, we are... let's see, so we're behind the FedCom, but ahead of the civilians and the turrets. So not a bad position to be, initiative-wise. Okay, so we have possible contacts to the south and to the west. Yeah, some there. Alright, I don't know what any of these are as of yet. So I don't know how fast any of them are going to be in order to predict where they're going. But I feel like we can start shelling here. And I feel like, need to confirm that, and then we can fire here. Alright. And those will, of course, land after movement next turn. Okay. I just missed what happened. I was also going to reconfigure the civilians to be a little more cowardly. I forgot I was going to do that. So you guys are breaking south. Ooh, that visibility is even less than I thought it was going to be. 7 hexes. I thought we'd be able to see like 10 or 12 at least. Oh, apparently mechs can see further than infantry, because yeah, we've got a good 14 hexes of visibility here. And this should identify that guy, but not these guys. Alright, so what have we got? We have 3 gots. That is an assassin, a scorpion, and a Mercury. Mercury with a 3-6, 7-11, 100. Okay, yeah, I remember you. So I imagine someone is going to try to make a break for this. Hopefully they decide to linger there for a turn. Let's see, autocannon 10. So you're already in woods, right? Light woods, yes. Okay, so yeah, you're just gonna chill there. Let's see, the awesome can only get can't get eyes on anyone actually. Let's go ahead and get these field gunners rotated in first. So I feel like the assassin can jump 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he could get to there this turn. I don't like you guys being out in the open like that, though, is the thing. So... what are the other options? These guys. We'll go ahead and start moving, I guess, towards these woods, just to cover this northern flank. Hope we don't run into trouble on the way there. So that was the archer moved, the Atlas, I guess, can thumper in one turn. Oh, by the base turrets. I didn't know I could see my allies' artillery strikes. That is good to know. Meantime, Atlas is going to come this way, try to counteract whatever these blips over here are. And maybe if we need to, we can swing over this way and reinforce against these guys. Alright, so what have we got? That looks like a tank. That is the Hetzer. Yeah, I'd definitely like to hit him with some LRMs before he gets any closer. As a matter of fact... Oh, and there's a Wolverine down here now, too. I wonder, did my Atlas spot him? Anyway, the Awesome now has a target. And that's 12 hexes, so that's going to be medium range. Oh, that is glorious. I'm going to light him up. Archer. I was so dead set on trying to get you to reinforce this northern side, I did not even consider what if they don't come from the north. This is all blocked off. That's all blocked off. Yeah, we've got one way out of here, and it's going to be to come around this way. Oh. Oh-ho. And we spotted a Griffin, so maybe that was the right move after all. Scorpion has advanced. Okay. Griffin 1 in. What's the range here? Line of sight. Okay. Not what I meant to do. 13 hexes. Alright, so that's medium range for, what is that, Petra? That should be Petra. In the Mark II? Yeah. Alright, and finally, autocannon 20. You don't have any line of sight from there. About here? Yeah, try to guard this junction here from anyone that advances next turn, but in the meantime, I think we're okay. And finally, the Javelin. Where do we need to reinforce the most? So we've got a Hetzer and a blip down here. We've got a Phoenix Hawk and 5 blips down here. We have a Wolverine and a Spider over here that are already in trouble. Mercury, Scorpion, and Assassin over here versus Field Gunners, PBC turret. And the Archer's going to be flanking. So for right now, I'm kind of torn between these 5 blips down here versus the Assassin, Scorpion, and Mercury, which are basically unopposed over here for the time being. Yeah, let's try to get some SRMs into that Assassin before he does too much damage. He's just so mobile though. He can jump out to here next turn. Yeah, okay, I think there is the move. Alright, Brutus, reckless driving on pavement, needs a 3, gets a 6. Maxim, flanking and turning, needs a 2, gets it twice. Yeah, that's number 31 both times. Alright, oh, the Mercury has gotten olive in my grill. Always like to start with the big shots first. Let's see, the autocannon 20s. Yeah, you moved, so you're not going to be, and you're out of range. You moved, so you're not going to have a shot. Next biggest guns are on the Awesome. And we've got 10s on the Mercury versus 9s on the Wolverine. Really thought I was going to have a better shot than that. 3 for skill, 1 for Dawn, -2 for PPCs, so that's 2, 3, 4 for running, 5, 6, 7 for his movement, 8, 9 for range. Yeah, that checks out. Or we could take 10s on the Mercury, it would be a 9 with the large laser, but he's not in the arc for the mediums. I'll go ahead and take the 9s. If we get real lucky, we might land 2 of them. Actually, can we do both? No. Nope. Looks like it's just PPCs this turn. That's fine. That really is just fine. Alright. Murdoch, you have 1 goal and 1 goal only, and that is kill this Hetzer before he gets close. Oh yeah, Murdoch has the laser specialization, so he's going to be kind of sucky with the autocannon and the missiles. But, 11s. Alright, yeah, we're probably going to slow down to a walk for next turn, because we don't want to get super close, and we want better numbers. But for right now, that 11 is all we got. Alright. Our share. 10s on the Mercury. Jeez, what is up with these? Ran 10 for a mod of 4. Yeah, that'll do it. Versus 16s on the Spider. Versus 14s on the Spider. Well, it looks like we're shooting a Mercury with some medium lasers. We don't need to keep the arms free because I plan on kicking. And then do we maybe have, that's a 13, so yeah, that's lasers only this turn. And then Petra, not quite in range with the mediums, and 11s with the LRMs. Don't want to build up 2 heat on an 11. No, I think I'd rather wait for a better opportunity. Normally I wouldn't mind, but I'm feeling a little outgunned here. Oh yeah, autocannon 10 field gunners who have, are the only ones that have any kind of ability to shoot this turn because they didn't move, but they don't even have the beginnings of a target. So y'all are done, and then just to check, yeah, can't fire field gun the same turn as moving. Alright, so that's that. Javelin, that I keep forgetting is on my team. Also, nothing visible within range. There's a cicada over here you can see at +9 and beyond extreme range. Awesome, hits the Wolverine in the left arm for 10 points, leaving him with 8. Nice. Atlas misses the Hetzer. Phoenix Hawk misses the Awesome. He needed a 12. Free Worlds League Scorpion shooting at Hex 1835 for 10 points. Doesn't get a crit on the turret. Archer at the Hermes needing 10s, doesn't get any of them. Archer on the Griffin needs an 11, doesn't get it. Hermes on the Archer needing 8s. Hits with 2 medium lasers and 2 machine guns to the center torso, right arm, right leg, and center torso respectively. PBC turret needs 10s on the Scorpion, doesn't get him. The Griffin needs a 12 on the Archer, hits with the PPC, and gets a 12 on his LRM 10 as well, hitting with 8 missiles to the center torso and left torso. So we're starting to get a little roughed up. That's going to be a piloting check for the Archer. And somebody apparently is shooting building 210041 for 6 points, which is not a pulse laser. Must be either SRMs or LRMs, I guess. LRM 5 turret, shooting at the assassin needs 10s, doesn't get them. Assassin needing 7s to shoot a building. Hits with a medium laser and 2 SRMs, 2 LRMs. So it went from 37 to 26 real quick. Physical attacks. Kick him on a 7. This is French, right? Yeah, this is French. You're a 4-4. So if you miss, there's a slimmer chance that you'll fall down than usual. Yeah, I'll take a 50-50 on that. Archer, you're not kicking or punching a building. No, thank you. I did kick him in the leg for 14, which is exactly how much armor he had. He missed his kick on me. He succeeded on his check for getting kicked, but failed the one for missing himself. Takes 4 to the arm and does avoid damage. So, yeah, he's gonna be a little slower next turn because he's gonna spend at least 2 movement points getting up. And Scorpion is also gonna be a little slower because he is now past the 5-point threshold on heat. We have again lost the initiative. See, the more teams you've got, the more complicated it gets. So it's R8 versus their 12. So Team 2 wins the initiative, but within Team 1, we're going after the civilian units, before the turrets, and after allies. Okay. Base turrets are down to 94%. Everyone else is sitting around 99 or better. As is normal for, you know, the first round of shooting. No one hits anything. Let's see. I feel like that Wolverine might be trying to make a break up into this direction. But I kind of want to do that with the Thumper because I want to use these woods with the Archer. So we'll go ahead and declare that. And then there were 5 blips down here. And I think it's kind of safe to assume that within 2 turns they're going... Within 2 turns or so they're going to get to about there. So I'll go ahead and launch that. Do they have a stalker? They do around here somewhere. And it's not just a stalker, it's a stalker with an elite pilot. So, not great. Alright, autocannon 20. Did you already move? You did. And you got a mod of 4, so you're going to be a real pain in the butt to hit. And you're not even, I think, going to be visible to these guys. I wonder if the reverse is true. I'll bet that Plainsman can see my infantry. And I'll bet that Plainsman has something he can hurt them with. Yeah, SRMs tend to do bad things to infantry. Let's go ahead and fall back to here. And just cover the archer in case he needs to fall back. Let's see, who do we move next? I kind of already know that I want the Atlas to move at a walk this turn. I really want better targeting numbers than I had last turn. That 11 did not make me happy. This doesn't make us at all evasive. And also, if he scoots to the right, he's out of sight entirely. We'll hold on to, put a pin in that for a second. We'll go ahead and leave these autocannon 10s standing still. Hetzer still hasn't moved. Oh, hey, there's a Drillson there now. We can kick a Drillson, and that'll also get us medium laser range for the Plainsman, and probably keep the Griffin within our ability to fire as well. So that looks like the move for him. Spider and Wolverine will probably jump into backstab, yes. Especially the Spider. Jumping movement of 8 is kind of ridiculous, even on a map this size. The Wolverine is not quite as maneuverable. At a run, he can cover 8 hexes, so that would get him to there. Is it even worth advancing, or can we just stand still? Has not yet moved. What else have we got that we can sync with right quick? Yellow Cannon 20 is pretty safe where he is right now. He doesn't have LOS on anything, but if anything were to come his direction, I want him to be prepared. So yeah, I'm gonna have him stand still. Alright, Wolverine has gotten within touching distance. I mean, the awesome kicks for 16 points of damage. And he's got a... Or he punches for 8s. 16 damage would not even breach your armor. Man, this Wolverine is tough. Yeah, I want to get Hoser close enough to do some punchy kicky kind of stuff, because he's good at that. Let's see. Has this Hetzer moved yet? The Hetzer has not moved yet. Let's see, you guys were trying to get there. Yeah. And then I keep forgetting about this Javelin down here. That's not normally on our team. Oh, look at that. The Scorpion with a mod of 2. And not great armor. I could come in here. He can't kick me from there. I can kick him. That gives us 2 points of evasion on a walk, which ain't bad. And it, I believe, should keep him from hitting me with the PPC or the SRMs. Yeah. Okay, here comes the Spider. And you ran 7 for a mod of 3. Well, if I run, that only gives me a mod of 1. But I should be able to kick you on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should be able to kick you on a 7. And I would be doing 14 points of damage, which would absolutely leg you. Yeah, I'm gonna make that move. Try to leg that Spider with my leg. And the Hetzer has advanced. That gives us a range of 8. Right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 1 more, and we'd be at short range for the LRMs, but it wouldn't really change anything else. Yeah, we'll keep it to a walk. We can tank an AC 20 if we need to, but I really want that thing dead. Let's see. Maxim needs a 2, gets them both, obviously. Hermes needs a 6, gets an 8. And has, okay. Long Tom turned some heavy woods into light woods, and the Thumper did some damage to the terrain. Oh, there's a Thunderbolt observed where the Long Tom landed. And Long Tom, real quick, which one was the Long Tom? artillery hit here on round 2. Well, which one? I want to know where that Thunderbolt is. Alright, as always, big guns first. You guys moved, so you're not even... Yeah, you got nothing. You guys... What? Don't have anything over there. Can you see anything down here? Not quite. Alright, so nothing there. Let's see. This field gunner cannot see either the Hetzer or the Ontos. Can see the is that a Vedette and a Phoenix Hawk? However, that is outside of visual and sensor range, so not taking the shot there. And at this point, I am kind of regretting not changing the Dusk Dawn, because I do not have the range that I would have liked. You guys moved this turn, so you're not going to shoot. Alright, that's the field gunners out of the way. On to... Alright, so we've got 10s and presumably 7s on the Wolverine. We're probably going to be punching you, so we can fire on a 10. That's so much heat though. It would be adding a PPC to that would be +5 heat, so we could trade one of the mediums for the PPC and end at 2 heat. But would I rather have 5 points on a 7 or 10 points on a 10? I always change from Night Dusk Dawn if I can. Yeah. I'm starting to feel like maybe I should. And the reason I hadn't 5 points on a 7, you're saying go with the medium laser. I agree. We'll be letting 5 of our heat sinks go to waste, but I think ultimately we'll do more damage that way. Speaking of higher odds, that's where I was just going with that, is that I feel like if your pilots are better shots than the enemy pilots, then just adding a blanket +1 to everyone's to hit modifier can be beneficial, because of the way the probability curve works. Like if you can go from a 6 to a 7 yourself, but you're forcing your opponent to go from a 7 to an 8, you're relatively better odds coming out on your side. But the lack of visibility, the limited sight lines is what's really messing me up, is that my autocannon 10 has a range of 20 hexes including extreme range, but he can only see 7 hexes. So like, yeah, he's got 5 hexes of short range and 2 hexes of medium, and that's it. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and torso twist so that if it comes to it we can always punch the spider as an option. But I just want to oh wait, those are... Oh, I was miscalculating. Those are 9s, not 10s, because of the specialization. Alright, so I think... Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I would have fired everything on 9s, and I think what I'd rather actually do is go with the 10s. So we got 1, 2, 3, and the small. Alright, we're building up 2 points of heat, but we're firing everything except 1 medium laser and 1 PPC. Which, on 10s and 9s, damn. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. God, they add up so quick. But we'll still be able to punch, so that's good. And then of course, torso twist here in case we end up needing to punch the Mercury. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to be unleashing lasers on the spider and also on 10s. 15s. 15s. Outside of range. Okay, so the Vidette was at 15. I'm guessing the Phoenix Hawk is too. Yeah. Alright, so the LRM's basically useless for this fight. Let's see. So we've got a Vidette or a Phoenix Hawk shooting at the Atlas. What do you need? I was not evasive this turn. Come on, show me again. Okay. 9s and 11s from the Phoenix Hawk, 10s and 12s from the Vidette. I can deal with that. The Hetzer. Autocannon 20 at the Atlas needs an 11. And the Awesome is joining in with 9s and 11s with the PBC, the LRM 15, and the large laser. So that's cool. We've got him on 8s with the autocannon, 8s with the medium lasers. Eights with the LRM, 10s with the SRM. I kind of want. I know we're specialized into lasers, but I kind of want to skip one of the mediums just so that I can safely launch the LRM 20. Oh, you can set fires to fully illuminate adjacent hexes. Yes, that can be effective. It can also help distribute smoke, which can obscure targets. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag if you don't have a plan, which I don't at the moment. All right, so we're keeping one of the medium lasers silent so we can get the 20 LRMs in. And that puts us 3 over on the heat. But next turn, we're not going to be firing the LRMs, so we'll be able to cool down a little bit. We will probably be firing the SRMs, but since we're not specialized and it is hopefully going to be a little bit distant, they're probably going to be my lowest odds to hit. So I might be silent if we're hurting for heat. Alright, the Mark II Archer honestly doesn't have a better shot than at the Griffin. These hover vehicles on 10s, particularly vulnerable to motive damage. Might get lucky and immobilize. The Drillson's actually pretty scary. 100 points of armor, lots of SRMs, large laser. Yeah, if we could immobilize him, I think that would be worth doing. So we've got 16s, 14s, 13s. If I could even find a 12, I would take it at this point. Those LRMs are, I might as well just dump them. And the Javelin, 5s. Oh my goodness. 1-3. This guy is so good. 1 + 1 for Dusk, +1 for Walking, +2 for his movement. 5. Yeah, we're doing that. Alright, the Drillson at the Archer hits us in the left arm with a large laser. Right torso takes an SRM. Center torso takes a machine gun. Another SRM to the left torso, down to 9 armor there. Friendly Bulldog at the enemy Ontos needs a 12 and almost gets it. The Hetzer on the Atlas needs an 11, gets a 12. What are the odds? Don't tell me. They're about 9%. 20 damage to the left arm, leaving us with 14 armor. Well, if it was gonna be anyone, I'm happy it was the Atlas at least. The Plainsman at the Archer. This is the Mark II Archer, which is, yes, the same one that's getting chewed up by the Drillson. So the Plainsman and the Drillson, yeah, I remember now. Hits with 2 SRMs to the left leg and center torso. Armor is good at 24. The Cicada at the Mark III Archer hits with both medium lasers and a small, all on 7s, getting 8s and 11s. Left arm, left leg, center torso, so that's 13 damage to Fred there. Make that 18 from the Spider, 5 more to the right torso from a medium laser. Javelin will be good against the hovercraft. SRMs for motive crits, yes. That actually, yeah, I'm kind of glad that I moved that the Javelin kind of off in that direction, because I think, where I'm going to need the reinforcements. The friendly Brutus at the enemy Ontos hits with a large laser to the front, costing it a movement point, and hits with 9 LRMs to the left side and front, doing some good work there. Enemy Phoenix Hawk on the Atlas, 9s and 11s all miss. The Scorpion shooting a building, hits with 4 SRMs for 8 points of damage, stunning the crew of the turret. Our friendly Awesome at the Hetzer needs 9s and 11s and only lands 5 LRMs to the front, which is where it has the strongest armor, of course. Vedette at the Atlas, missing on 10s and 12s. Hoser on the Wolverine with 10s and 9s. Hits the right leg for 8, center torso for 5, right leg for another 5. He's down to 6 armor there. Archer at the Spider on 10s, misses all of them. Hermes on the Archer, and this is French's Archer, not Petra's. Medium laser to the left arm, leaving us with 12. Machine gun and a flamer to the center and left torso's rear, leaving us with 8 and 4 armor there. The Atlas on the Hetzer hits the left side with the autocannon. Nice. Medium laser to the front, destroying a stabilizer, but otherwise no love. Enemy Wolverine at the Mark III Archer, that's French, hits with a large laser to the right torso, medium laser to the left leg, and 4 SRMs to arms, legs, torsos. The only real one to worry about is the right arm is down to 15, everything else is above 20. Archer at the Drillson, missed on both 10s. Griffin shooting turrets. Princess hates archers, she's always picking on mine. I feel like I've noticed Princess tends to go after certain things, just tend to be more of a bullet magnet than others. I haven't noticed that with archers in particular, but it could just be the way I use archers is different from the way you do. So that could have something to do with it. Like, I tend to keep my archers a little further back so their LRMs are useful, and I guess that makes them a little less of a target. The only thing I can think of. So the enemy Griffin does 16 damage and kills the crew of one of the turrets. So that is one of our friendlies down. The dual PPC turret lands both hits on the assassin to the right arm and center torso. He is in bad trouble now. 2 points of structure remaining in that arm, 2 points of armor left on the torso. And the Javelin on the Scorpion landing 9 SRMs, scattering about torsos, legs. It looks like his front right leg is down to 6, right torso is down to 7, front left leg is down to 8, right rear leg is down to 8. So yeah, his armor's getting weak, but we're still just kind of sandpapering him. Assassin shooting at... Is this the one that just had the crew killed? That was... Building 30 is dead. This is Building 34. Okay, so not the same dudes. That building is down to 6 construction factor, so it's going down next. LRM 5s at the Scorpion hits with, looks like 8 missiles to the front left, right rear legs, and the right torso is down to 4 armor, so nice. Oh no, French has fallen down. Needed a 6 because he took 40 plus damage. Only gets a 5. Takes damage to the center torso and right arm. Rolls a 12 on a seatbelt check, so that's good. Then the Atlas, which 8 an autocannon 20 shell, only needs a 4, gets an 11. So I got a little lucky there. Scorpion needs a 5, gets a 6. Assassin needs a 6, gets a 7. But those two are both looking mighty weak on armor. Physical attacks. We're going to try to punch the Wolverine in the head on 8s and 10s. We're going to try to kick the Drillson on an 8. Yeah, we'll take that chance. Our super elite ally needs a 4. Alright, I see destroyed. Oh no, that's not a good destroyed. Let me start at the top though. Wolverine kicks Hoser's ride in the right leg for 11, leaving him with 22, so an even third of that armor gone. The Hermes, the Mercury version of the Hermes, kicks the archer in the arm for 8, leaving us with 4 armor there. Scorpion kicks one of the civilian units, the recovery vehicle, which destroys it completely. Awesome punches the Wolverine in the arm for 8. Other than that, you know, not great. And the Spider kicks the archer on the right torso for 6, leaving us with 5. So that archer is kind of in trouble at this point. Yeah, right torso is down to 5. What was it? Left arm was down to 5. Left arm is down to 4. Javelin kicks the Scorpion, crits the hip and the lower leg on the right rear. So that's cool. That's going to force 3 piloting checks, 2 for the actuators, 1 for the kick. Cicada kicks the archer in that badly damaged right torso, going internal. Would have hit the ammo, but crits the launcher instead because of edge. Awesome needs a 4, gets a 7. Good. Archer, and this is Petra, needs a 4, rolls Snake Eyes. Takes 7 points of damage to the right arm and torso. Needs a 4 to avoid pilot damage, gets a 7. Scorpion needs 3 7s, only gets a 6 on the last one. Takes further damage to that right rear leg, critting out the foot. So that's going to be a +4 modifier for just actuators being damaged. I think that he would actually be in a better position if he just lost the leg, being a quad mech. And takes a point of damage to the center torso, where he actually still has a fair amount of armor remaining. Barely avoids taking pilot damage. I delayed dog walk to see what happened. I'll watch on YouTube the rest. Crush them all. Alright. Yeah, if my archers survive this, I would love to. Kind of thought we had, you know, enough allies to make up the difference, but it doesn't really feel like it at this point. I wonder where my backup is. And the assassin who missed a kick needs a 5, gets a 7. Alright, Awesome is at 2 heat, Atlas is at 3. Enemy Wolverine is at 6, Griffin is at 8, so that's going to be a targeting penalty on him. The Hermes is at 7, so that's going to be a speed penalty. And the Phoenix Hawk is at 6. We finally won the initiative, or our team finally won the initiative, but within our team, we're going first. So that's kind of a mixed bag. We're down to 94-ish%. Civilians are down to 95%. Turrets are down to 94%. Let's see. Pink was the guys on the west. Orange is the guys on the south, right? Either way, they've still got about 16,000 BV remaining, so not great. It really feels like they're all clustering up here. We've already got, I think that's, no, that's the Thumper coming in this turn, because I didn't want to hit the Archer, but now I don't think the Archer is going to be nearby next turn, so I'm going to go ahead, one way or the other, he's not going to be there. He's either going to move or he's going to eject. So we'll go ahead and put the Long Tom there. I don't really know where to put the Thumper. One thing that I hate most about artillery is trying to predict where your enemy is going to be after 2 more moves. Like, if it was 1 move, that would be one thing, but like, you don't know what's going to happen this turn, and you don't know how he's going to respond to it next turn. And also, my allies have a bad habit of walking into my shells. Let's go ahead and just put them both there. That's the only place I want to bet on there being bad guys at that point. Alright. French, I want to save you for last. I want them to try to stack up on where you are, and then I want you to get the heck out of there. That's how I want that to go down. Hetzer has a movement of what, 5'8"? 4'6". 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can get within short range of me. Do I want to back up and play hard to get? Hit him with my LRMs and autocannon? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be medium range for him, but short-ish range for me. Yeah, we'll go ahead and fall back with the Atlas. Yeah, I want you guys to be prepared in case that Griffin advances. And yeah, I want to try to hit that Scorpion with a couple autocannons as well. And I know not taking cover is putting my dudes at risk, but I mean, if you can see them, they can see you. It's kind of how it works, right? You guys sit tight. You guys also sit tight. I want good eyes. Well, that Phoenix Hawk has machine guns. We're not out in the open. And again, where would we go if we could go anywhere? I think our best bet is to stay where we are and return fire. Did you move? Did you move? You ran. Oh, you've got your back to an autocannon 20 at short range. You're gonna regret that. Let's see. I'm thinking if we jump into this hex, next turn we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not quite to there. If we jump to this hex, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 would give us clear line of sight on well, I mean, we can't go 10 hexes, so we're not going to get the 0.4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, we're going to be shooting through woods either way. Yeah, I think this gives us more coverage for anything the assassin might want to do. I was kind of hoping to keep the Scorpion in sight, but these are level 2 buildings, so that's not going to happen. Not if we're going to continue our trek up to the north. All right. French. Hoser. Petra. Only one's left. Griffin decided he wanted to get up in my grill. Should be a 2. Yeah. Is there anywhere I'd rather be than kicking range? This guy's got a PPC and LRMs, and those are all suffering pretty major penalties at this range. Whereas I have medium lasers, which do not. And I also kick better than he does. How evasive is he? He jumped 3 for a mod of 2, so he's less evasive than he could be. Alright. Walked 3 for a mod of 1. 1, 2, 3. That gives us a kick or lasers and punches. Lasers and punches in the back. If you move the archer south, the plainsman will probably follow it. How bad of a shape is this one actually in? We're actually not in bad shape. That left torso is taking a bit of a beating. But I think we can hold out a little longer. Next turn, maybe we can start backing into these woods and get reinforced by the javelin. Try to meet up somewhere in this area and try to take them on together. Oh, that plainsman made a different move. He came over here to mess with these guys, and they did not move, and that is 3 hexes. It's a +4 mod. We get more than one chance. Alright, French. If we back up to there this turn, we can back up into those woods next turn. Try to take a little cover. But let's see if... Okay. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, why I can't dump ammo. I thought you were supposed to be able to do that during the movement phase, but I guess not. But yeah. Who would have thought that a Wolverine, a Mercury, a Spider, and a Cicada would be more than a match for an Archer and an Awesome? Needs 4, give me a 4. Yes, we got the 4. Alright, so the assassin came over here. Alright. So the scorpion needs a 6, gets a 4, takes 6 damage to the legs. And apparently that was the only thing he did this turn. Archer needs a 2, gets a 9. Maxim needs 2s. Archer needs a 4, gets a 7. Nothing we didn't already know, basically. Thumper and the mobile long tom, both doing damage to the terrain. Alright, let's see, as always, starting with the big guns on 9s, but honestly we probably only need to hit with one of them. We'll see how that goes. And on 6s, oh yes, that's glorious. Have you guys got any shot at all? There's a Hetzer and an Ontos over here, and an Awesome and a Bulldog and a Brutus and a Laser Carrier and 2 Von Luckners. Why are all of my allies way over here where they can't do anything? Stupid. Can we... yeah, we're not even in sight of these guys, so... y'all are doing nothing this turn. And y'all need 6s on this Vedette, which is probably going to be able to just tank that. But it's what we got, so it's what we do. Just trying to scoot that over a little bit, don't want to close it. Alright, starting with the Awesome into the back of this Wolverine on, that should be 7s and 8s, I think. 7s and 6s, because minimum range is more than the bonus for, you know what I meant. 1, 2, 3, that puts us at 2 heat. Throw in the small puts us at 3. So again, firing everything but 1 PPC and 1 medium laser, leaving both arms free for punching. If we don't knock him down, I'm kind of hoping we don't knock him down so we can punch him in the back. Yeah, we're doing 8 damage with a punch, so like that would strip its center torso, or if we managed to land a medium laser there, it would go internal. And it would automatically go internal on either the left or right torso. Whereas if we kick him, we're doing 16 damage, which will go internal on the right leg, but not the left. So yeah, we're definitely hoping to punch. Wolverine 6M is a great end fighter. Wait. Oh, this is... oh, this Wolverine. Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. So we've got the spider on 7s. We wouldn't be able to kick him, and if we fired all the lasers, we wouldn't be able to punch. We've got 7s on the Wolverine, 9s on the Mercury. What have we got with the missiles? 9s, 10s, 9s. Okay, so let's see, 12. Alright, so hear me out. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna take 3 7s with medium lasers on the Wolverine. We're gonna keep the right arm free for punching the spider. And as a secondary target, we're gonna have 10s on the Vedette. And that leaves us at... oh, wait, no. I forgot we were missing a launcher. We do have the heat to spare. Gonna be taking a couple of medium lasers to the back. Fortunately, we should be able to back tank that pretty effectively. The alternative, so we've got 3 lasers there and an LRM-20 there. Alternately, we could just go 2 lasers there and an LRM there on an 11, and then do double punches. Archer's good at punching, and yeah, Archer's good at punching, and that's 7 damage per punch. So even the first one's going internal. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the original plan. We're gonna take 3 medium laser shots at the Wolverine, the left arm and the center torsos, and then 11s or 10s. Yeah, we'll take the 10s. We call that done. Atlas can no longer see the Hetzer. Oh, that's not good. Can we see anything over here? The Ontos? No. Okay, so oh, there's that stalker. We've got eyes on the stalker. So it looks like the only target I've got with the Atlas is this Vedette, which is going to be 8, 10, 10, 10, and an 8. And that puts us at 3 heat. Yeah, okay, that puts us at 3 heat. Yeah, the medium lasers at extreme range, and I believe at extreme range they are only doing 4 points of damage instead of their normal 5. So, yeah, I'm trying to keep the LRMs hot more than the medium lasers, even though we are specialized. Which, I know, mathematically is probably not the best way to play the long game. But sometimes you have to make concessions. Now, I've got 6s on the Drillson. If I can immobilize him there, he goes underwater. I think we're gonna have what, 11s or 12s on the LRMs if we do that. 11s, yeah. I'll build up 2 heat on 11 against this Drillson right here, right now, because what else am I going to do with those heat sinks? Because the LRMs are basically useless because they're always needing 13s. Hetzer might be spotted for indirect LRMs. I had not thought of that, actually. I'm glad you pointed it out. However, it's a little late in the turn for that, and also, I don't think any of my guys had eyes on the Hetzer except someone from far away, was it? Yeah, I think it was only someone like off in the distance had eyes on the Hetzer. So yeah, we'll take the 11, build up 2 heat, it's worth it. And the Javelin has no targets down here. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see the Cicada or anything. It's not even in range. And we've got 12s. I'll take a shot on a 12, be heat neutral. We're not paying for the ammo on that thing. Alright. So the autocannon field gunner, or the autocannon 20 field gunners, missed both of their shots at the Plainsman on 9s. I was hoping for at least 1 hit. Red yellow outline might mean an ally spotted. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for that. Second field gunners hit the Scorpion in the center torso rear, leaving him with 6 internal structure. And that was even a through armor crit, but neither one quite has any effect. And the other one misses on a 6, so lame. Drillson on the Mark II Archer hits the right arm with a large laser, center torso, right torso, left arm, left torso. I'll take 2 from missiles. Misses with the machine guns. The friendly Bulldog on the enemy Ontos on 10s and 12s doesn't get any of them. The friendly Champion on the Assassin, needing 9s, hits him in the head with a medium laser, forcing a consciousness check. And a small laser to the right torso rear, going internal and critting his LRMs. So that's cool. Cicada at the Archer hits him in the arm for 5 points with a medium laser. Plainsman at the Field Gunners hits with 6 missiles, which does 6 damage, doubled to 12 because they're in the open. So they're down to 16 guys. Ouch. And that was the Plainsman, which we completely whiffed on shooting back. And now we're down to half strength. Yeesh. Phoenix Hawk misses a building on a 4. Literally can't hit the broadside of a barn. Field Gunners at the Vedette, needing 6s, hit it in the front twice, stripping all of its armor, but as predicted, it basically tanked it. Spider on the Archer hits with a medium laser, goes internal on the left arm, leaving us with 10 structure. Friendly Brutus on the Phoenix Hawk hits him in the leg with a large laser, leaving it with 7 armor. The Vedette at the Machine Gunners, missing on 8s and 12s. I'm glad he missed with that machine gunner. Or that machine gun. Alright, Hoser on the Wolverine, misses with the 2 PPCs, hits it in the right torso rear with the large laser, critting a heat sink and a jump jet. Medium lasers to the left leg and center torso rear, leaving it with 3 armor, and a small laser to the left torso rear, again leaving it with 3 armor. This is the Mark III Archer on the Wolverine. Hits it in the right torso for 5, leaving it with 15, missing the Vedette. The friendly Awesome on the enemy Ontos, missing on everything on 10s. The friendly Maxim at the Scorpion, hitting the front right leg with 2 machine guns, leaving it with 2 armor. Hitting the right rear leg with a machine gun, doing some, and an SRM, leaving it with 3 structure. And getting a through armor crit on the front left leg to the upper leg actuator, so that's cool. The Mercury shooting at the Archer hits the left torso, would have been the head, but we had our last point of edge left. And the left torso with another medium laser, so down to 12 armor there. Atlas at the Vedette on 8s and 10s doesn't connect with anything. And then the Mark II Archer at the Drillson hits it in the front for 5. Does not immobilize it and sink it though, which I was hoping for. The 6M Wolverine on our Mark III Archer hits it in the right torso for 5 with a medium laser. And all 6 SRMs to the center torso, right leg, left torso, right torso, down to 5 structure on that right torso, 10 armor on the center torso. Enemy Stalker at Hoser, missing on 10s with the large lasers. Kind of wondering why he didn't throw in an LRM to go with that. He should have had the heat for it, and they should have been in range. Javelin misses on his 12. Enemy Griffin hits building 26 with 8 LRMs, jamming one of the rocket launchers. The enemy Ontos at our friendly Brutus on 11s, missing with both LRM5s, and the Assassin on building 34 hits it with a medium laser and 2 SRMs and all 5 LRMs, so literally everything he's got, which destroys the building. The LRM5 quad turret hits the Wolverine 6M with looks like 11 LRMs to the left leg, center torso, left arm, right torso. There goes the PPC turret, destroyed by the Assassin. Mark III Archer took 20 points of damage, needs a 5, gets a 5, barely. The 6M Wolverine needs a 7, gets an 11, so he's good too. Archer, you are going to try to punch the spider in the head on a 5, and if we're lucky we crit the cockpit. Hoser, you're punching the Wolverine in the back on 5s and 7s. And Petra kicking the Griffin on a 5. I like those odds. Alright, so Cicada kicking the Mark III Archer on the right leg for 8, leaving us with 12 there. Wolverine punches the Awesome in the right arm for 6. We're good. 18 left. Archer misses the Spider on a 5. Got a 4. Enemy Griffin punching the Archer on 8s, hits him in the left arm for 6, and this is the Mark II Archer, the one further north. Hoser punches the Wolverine in the head, forcing a consciousness check, and then the left arm goes internal, leaving him with 7 structure. The Mercury kicks the Awesome in the right leg for 8, leaving him with 14. And the Mark II Archer kicks the Griffin in the right leg for 14, leaving him with 4. The Spider kicking, or punching Archer in that damaged right torso, leaving him with 2 internal structure, critting out that LRM-20 again. And then punched him for 3 in the right arm, leaving him with 5 armor. The champion misses his kick on the Assassin. Miraculously, nobody falls down. That's 3, 4, 5, and a 6, and everyone gets it. Awesome is at 3 heat, Atlas is at 3 heat, Archer Mark II is at 2 heat, Champion is at 7. Wolverine is at 4, so he's not going to be able. Actually, he dropped 2 heat this turn, so yeah, he can keep doing exactly what he's doing. He'll be fine. So he's actually going to be more of a threat next turn, probably. Griffin also taking a cooldown turn, down to 3. The Hermes is down to 6. Assassin is up to 3. Phoenix Hawk is holding at 6. We've won our team wins initiative, but we're second from the last within our team. We're at 91%. Our allies are still at 100%. Civilian units are down to 95%. Turrets are down to 51%. Enemy forces are still around about 90% combined. So, indirect attacks. Alright, Fred French, you are in really bad shape and you need to hightail it out of there. You need to do something. You need to be evasive or just break LOS or something. In the meantime, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of want to put the thumper here, but not the long tom. Not yet. These field gunners are too close. So we'll go ahead and put the long tom here again. And the thumper here, and hopefully we can catch that stalker with a little something something. Okay, so okay, I don't particularly relish the idea of taking another autocannon 20 hit, but that Hetzer is just too much of a threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Well, let's start, I think, by getting these guys into some safety. And you are down to 2-3 movements. So if you can stand, which is a pretty big if, you're a 3-5 pilot with badly damaged legs. However, you're being guarded by a Maxim, which, if I'm not mistaken, has machine guns. Yes, plenty of machine guns, lots of SRNs. So these field gunners are not safe where they are, but I kind of want the Maxim to move first. You guys, I feel like, are doing a pretty good job of holding down that right flank. And I wish that, like, my allies would recognize that fact and not have 7 units clustered up against 2 enemies. Like, I could really use you guys over here. Over here. What are you doing? You haven't taken any shots. The laser carrier, I haven't seen you in the round report at all. Okay, enough whinging. Yeah, you guys are waiting. You guys, again, you could maybe go there, be less of evasive. Wouldn't get any shots this turn. Your armor, 28 men, full strength. Yeah, you haven't taken any hits yet, so you'll get both shots off. Hopefully that vedette sticks around and we can destroy it. French, your plan originally was to back up into these woods, but now I'm second guessing that. I want to hold off on you. Kind of want to hold off on you for the time being. Yeah, we'll go ahead and commit to advancing the Atlas. So what else have we got? We've got this archer, which I had been planning on bringing down here to reinforce these guys, but now I'm kind of thinking I need these guys to reinforce him. Speaking of which, that was the plan with the javelin all along. Let's see, heavy woods. Yeah, the plains one is going to be heavy woods if we were to shoot at that, but it's medium range. And you flanked, yeah. I'm not going to have a shot on you this turn. Maybe next. In the meantime, we're plenty evasive, so I feel okay doing that. Alright, that's French, that's Hoser, Petra. You guys, the Maxim still hasn't moved. Alright, French. Get you out of harm's way if we can. actually more comfortable showing my back to these guys right now. Maybe I can get off the board and escape or something, or launch some LRMs at whoever this is. The Stalker and that Thunderbolt are getting up in my face. Let's see. Wouldn't be able to see either one of them there. Or there. Or there. Alright, yeah. We'll go ahead and do this, and if anyone tries to get behind me, we'll just hit them with the awesome. Okay, so that was the spider moved. Kind of want to try to take out this Wolverine. The spider is a threat to the archer in its current situation, so is the cicada, so is the Mercury. But I think the Wolverine, with its multiple lasers and SRMs, is probably the biggest threat, so I'd like to respond to that if we could. Petra, your armor is holding. Let's see, if we back up to there, we're medium range with the lasers on the Plainsman, and the Griffin would still be able to get behind us, but we'd at least be in woods, and we've got the Javelin to back us up. And maybe with a little luck, that Drillson will do something stupid that we can capitalize on. Everyone's moving. Alright. Hoser, coming in on that Wolverine again. Is it worth a run to get back shots? Let me take a look at this. How much damage have we done to your back already? A fair amount. And your left, excuse me, your left arm's about gone, but that isn't really important. Right torso, you'd lose 2 of your lasers. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try to get some back shots. Maybe we can set off some ammo or something if we get lucky. We've already taken so much more damage than I wanted to. Alright, it looks like that Maxim has in fact moved. I wonder where he went. Oh, he went all the way over here. Okay, well if that's the case, we're gonna take another shot at your back. Alright, Von Luckner, reckless driving on pavement, needs a 3, gets a 7. Scorpion needs a 7. 5 minus 2 for a quad is 3. Back up to 5 for the hip. 6 for one of the actuators. 7 for hard to pilot. Needs a 3. Falls, takes damage to his right torso, rear, and front right leg, down to 0 and 1 armor apiece. Can't talk, leave me alone. Makes his 7 to avoid pilot damage. Stalker needs a 3 for entering rubble, gets a 5. Maxim needs 2s and tries to fail with a 3. Alright. Long Tom hits the Hermes for 15 damage to the right arm, and head. Right arm is internal, but not critted. Head is down to 4 armor. First consciousness check, makes a 10. Hoser takes 5 to the left arm because I wasn't paying attention. Thumper hits the Hermes for 5 to the right torso. Also converts 2 woods to rough. Hermes, which took 20 points of damage, needs a 7, gets a 5, falls on his head, stripping it of armor, second consciousness check. And needs a 7 to avoid falling damage, needs a 7, gets a 7. But at this point, a small laser to the head or 3 more bad falls will do him in. So that is not all bad. Alright, this is French and the badly damaged archer. Does not have a better target than the spider, but we could get punches on the cicada. How effective would an 8-point punch be on a cicada? Anywhere but the center torso or the head, that's going to penetrate. So yeah, I kind of think maybe I want to do that. It's a waste of heat sinks, to be sure. Not to be firing the lasers every chance we get. And we don't have any other targets to fire missiles at. But we also don't have anyone that we can kick. So I'll go ahead and take a couple of 8s and a 12 and a couple of punches. Awesome on the Wolverine, needing should be 7s and 6s, if I'm not mistaken. So 7, 7, 6, 6, and we'll do the small. That puts us at 2 heat. If we dropped one of the PPCs, we could add 2 medium lasers. Slightly more likely to hit. Cooler. Yeah, I'm gonna take the lasers on this one. So that's gonna be 1 PPC and then all the 6s, leaving us with 2 heat under max. Atlas at the Hetzer. Oh, what do you need? I was not. Well, it's an Atlas, but it was as evasive as it can be. You need a 7. I need 6s and 4s. Why are we building up so much heat? That's only 15, right? No, that's 18. Plus we ran. Oof. If we lose a heat sink this turn, that's going to be an overheat situation. And he only needs a 7. And again, aside from the head, the only place he can even go internal is the left arm. And do we have any heat sinks in the left arm? We do. We have 1. So if we lose the left arm, we will be at 5 heat next turn. Actually, let me just double check something. I was looking at the armor and being like, oh, I got no armor. He could destroy my arm. But yeah, even if he hits me in the left arm, he's only doing 6 points of internal damage. So it's not a guaranteed kill in the heat sink. Let's see. Petra, you need 8s or a 7, because you're not going to be able to get the right one in there. 2 8s or a 7. Or an 8 and a 9. Or alternately, we could go with a 9 there, and then a 10 there, versus an 8 there. Multitasker. I thought something was up with those numbers. 10. 10s. I'd want to go ahead and do both. Yeah, we'll build up 3 heat on 10s and hope against hope that we can sink that thing. You guys ran this turn, so you're not in a position to do anything. You guys have a clear shot on the back of a prone scorpion, so yeah. You guys, again, have so many reinforcements around you, it's ridiculous. I might just start moving these guys this way so they can be some good. Because these guys are handled. Let's see. Other autocannon 10s on the vedettes. Need 7s. Yeah, we'll take 2 7s. You already have no armor on your front. And then, of course, the Javelin, who has 11s. Nothing. Well, if it's 11s or nothing, I guess we're going to take the 11s. A lot of low precision shots at this plainsman, but any one of them could sink it. So, it's worth taking. Alright. Rocket Launcher 4 turret has unjammed their rocket launcher. The Hetzer misses the Atlas. Woohoo. Friendly Bulldog on the Ontos, missing on 10s and 12s. Drillson at the Mark II Archer. Large laser to the left leg. SRM to the left arm. To the right torso. Machine gun to the right torso. SRM to the left leg. Only thing really to worry about is that left arm is down to 4 armor. Everything else is 14 or above. French and the Mark III Archer hits the Spider in the left torso with a medium laser. He's down to 1 armor. Hoser on the Wolverine hits in the center torso rear with that PPC and the large laser, hitting the engine, gyro, and a medium laser to finish the job. And another one just because, and then the right leg, left arm, left torso, rear. So that Wolverine is out of the fight. Cicada on the Archer, small laser to the right torso, destroys it, blows off the right arm, transfers to the center torso, leaving us with 9 armor there. The Atlas on the Hetzer hits it in the front with the autocannon and 2-3 medium lasers, which is enough to kill it, so that's the Hetzer down as well. The Plainsman on the Archer Mark II, needing 10s, gets none of them. Almost starts a fire in our hex. The Phoenix Hawk on the Mark III Archer hits a medium laser to the center torso, medium laser to the left arm, going internal and leaving 5 points there. So that Mark III Archer is about to lose its other arm. He is almost gunless at this point. The friendly Brutus on the enemy Ontos hits it on the right side with large laser, leaving 16 armor, hits it with 12 LRMs to the rear and right side, immobilizing it and stunning the crew for a turn. The Spider on the Mark III Archer, missing on a pair of 8s. Mark II Archer needs 9s and 10s, gets 4s and 2s. The civilian machine gun APC hits the assassin in the right torso with a machine gun, leaving him with 8 armor. The friendly Awesome on the Ontos on 8s and 10s hits with 9 LRMs to the right side. And that guy was already immobile, right? Yeah. Ontos number 60, Ontos number 60, yeah. So motive damage is pointless, but his right side is stripped, so that's good. The friendly Maxim at the Wolverine, needing 8s and 7s, connects with 2 LRMs to the left leg. Our autocannon 20 field gunners into the back of that Scorpion, right rear leg destroyed, going into the right torso rear, destroyed, blows off the front right leg, transfers to the center torso rear, critting out his PPC and his SRM, going internal on the center torso rear, and the other shot just absolutely obliterates it. Destroying the left torso rear, front left leg blown off, center torso rear destroyed. Actually, that was to the point. He had 2 internal structure on the center torso after the first shot. The second shot, after destroying the left torso rear, transfers 2 damage to the center torso rear, which destroys it. So that could not have been any closer. And also, we could not have left anything less behind. That's 3 of his legs blown off in 1 turn, and both side torsos in the center. He's literally 1 leg and a head left. The Mercury shooting at Hoser hits the right leg for 5, down to 9 armor there. Thunderbolt at our laser carrier on 10s and 12s misses. The Wolverine on the Mark III Archer hits it with the large laser to where the right arm was, right torso was, going internal on the center torso, and a medium laser to the right leg. The Stalker at the laser carrier hits the right side and immobilizes it with a large laser, and hits it with 14 LRMs, destroying it with a fuel explosion. After it accomplished absolutely nothing because the laser carrier was way off on the right side of the map when I needed him on the left. Our autocannon 10 field gunners finally destroying that vedette with a solid shot to the front. Enemy Griffin on the Mark II Archer needs 7s and 10s and misses. The Javelin missing on 11s, we knew that was going to happen. The enemy Ontos at our friendly Brutus with all the medium lasers on 11s doesn't get anything. 2 LRM5s on 10s also miss. LRM5 quad turret on the Scorpion, which is dead. The Assassin shooting at building 37 hits with a medium laser and both SRMs. And French has gone down, takes 5 to the left torso rear, critting out his other LRM and transferring the other 2 points to the center torso rear. Could have been worse, could have been the center torso front. Successfully avoids damage, so that's good. Yep, Cicada kicks French in the chest, critting his engine and gyro, leaving us with 10 structure. We're definitely ejecting this turn. Assassin kicks the building for 8, critting an LRM5, which presumably was on the top floor. Don't know how he kicked it in the LRM5 and it's in the turret, but it is what it is. The rules are what they are. Alright, Atlas at 4 heat, Archer at Mark II Archer is at 3. All the civilians and the allies are at 0. The Griffin is at 7. The Hermes is at 6 heat. Phoenix Hawk is at 4. No one else is ever really bothered. We have, our team has won the initiative, but we are 3rd out of 4 within our team. We're at 86%. Our allies are at 94%. Our civilians are at 95-ish%. Turrets are at 43%. Enemies are at 62 and 83, respectively. Indirect fire. This Mercury, you fell down. It is time to get these guys out of here so that I can shell the heck out of these woods. And we're going to hope that the Stalker walks into our trap. Alright, French, you're going last. You're going to draw in everyone that you can. Hoser, you're going second to last to try to capitalize on as much of that as possible. Murdoch. There's an Ontos over here, but it's immobile and stunned, and badly outnumbered by all of these allies that are over here, doing nothing useful. But first, yeah, we're gonna try to bring, well, yeah, you don't have the visibility. Again, French, you're going last. Hoser, you're going next to last. Murdoch, if we back you up to there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna back Murdoch up 3 hexes. That way he's at least a little bit evasive. And we can cover the Stalker on the way in. I assume the Stalker is going to advance this turn, get within medium range of our autocannon 10. Also 2 large lasers, but you know, and 2 LRM-10s. That Stalker is actually probably better armed than the Atlas. It has almost as many medium lasers, 2 large lasers versus an autocannon 10. 2 LRM-10s versus an LRM-20, 2 SRM-6s versus just 1. Yeah, that Stalker's got more guns than me. It's not a good place to be in. This Griffin walked for 0 evasion. We see, you flanked for a mod of 4. I mean, I would rather get an extra hex of movement in, but I don't see that happening. So we'll just get under his guns. Alright, French and Hoser, you know the drill. You guys are badly hurt. You will, well, I don't know. That Drillson just has too many machine guns. I don't like it. Let's see. You guys just killed a Scorpion. What are you gonna do next? We're going to Disneyland! No, we are gonna try to move forward and reinforce against this mess. Alright, French and Hoser, and you guys. One, two, three. It's a couple of turns out, but we can't stay there. Just can't. Not with incoming artillery. Danger close indeed. Skip, skip. Plainsman, you've got SRMs, right? You've got lots of SRMs. Yeah, I think you guys are just gonna hunker down and hope someone like wanders in. Not a dark alley you want to to wander down into. Javelin. Again, less evasive than I would like, but then we're not doing the repairs on it. Super evasive this turn, that Drillson, but maybe we can kick it or something. Alright, skip, 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 skip. Alright, the Cicada hasn't moved. Mercury walked for 0. So, how much armor have you got? 81 armor. You've got, oh, you're almost full health. You ran 11 for a mod of 4. Let's see, yeah. Since we don't know where the Cicada is going to move up, he's just too fast and got too much initiative. That does put us at optimal range for the Stalker's long-range missiles, but not much else. Also, Stalker, not very evasive. Yeah, ran for 2 hexes. Ran for 4 hexes, but you're going to be close range. Yeah, I think we're going to mess up that Phoenix Hawk this turn. That's the plan, that's the goal. And you, with 5 points left in your left arm, no right torso to speak of. You're down to 3 lasers. precision and gyro hits. And potentially holding on to explosive ammo in an exposed, well, yeah, your left torso is exposed in the rear. That cicada is going to get around behind you. There's, yeah. I don't think I have a choice. Sorry, Fred. Need a 7 to avoid injury. No. Okay. Needs a 7, gets a 7, ejects safely. Good deal. Now we just need to go summon someone to pick you up. Plainsman needs a 5, Drillson needs a 6, Hermes needs a 6. All of them get it. Get it, get it, get it. Forget I did that. Forget I said that, please. Long Tom hits the Hermes for 15 to the left leg. Right arm is destroyed, transferring into the right torso, and 5 to the left torso, leaving 9 armor. And the Thumper hitting the Stalker for 15 to the center torso, leaving 31 armor remaining. The left arm leaving 18, and the right leg leaving 20 armor remaining. Yeah, that thing's going to take a walloping before he goes down. But hopefully we can convince him to stand where he is for a turn or two and just rain down heck upon him. So we've got 5s on the Phoenix Hawk versus 8s on the Stalker versus 9s on the Cicada. If I can, I'd like to keep an arm free to punch the Cicada. So that's going to be, if we skip that, we've got 5, 5, 7 because we're not specialized, 9 for long range. Get in 3 of those. So do we want 15 damage potentially on 9s, or do we want 10 damage on a 5, but we'd be sacrificing an 8-point punch? That 8-point punch does more than half as much damage as all 3 lasers. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep that right arm free. I'll take the 9s. If we had someone to kick, I'd be throwing in the PPC. It's worth the extra heat. It's worth the, you know, the extra accuracy, the more punchy damage against an undamaged target. You know, PPC is more likely to penetrate than a medium laser on an undamaged Phoenix Hawk. But since I want to keep that arm free, we'll go ahead and use the lasers. Works for me. Even on 9s, which, you know, not ideal, but alright, so the Stalker did advance into medium range for the autocannon 10. So that's 2, 3 for Dawn, 4 because we're specialized into lasers, 5 for walking, 6, 7 for range, 8, 9. We will take that, and also, I think, 2 medium lasers on 11s. And LRM on a 9. And I mean, I wish it was more accurate, but it's better than nothing. Okay, yeah, you're gonna need 10s there or 6s there. Well, that's an easy choice. So we'll go 6 and 6 there. And I don't think I want to build up 5 heat for a 12. But yeah, we're just going to be kicking, I think, this turn and go a heat under. If that makes sense. You dig what I'm saying? You need a 13. That's not going to happen. You ran this turn, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah, there is nothing within range of your auto guns, auto rifles. You also moved this turn, right? And haven't even got a target anyway. Who are you shooting? Oh, you're shooting that turret. Sorry, just this one arrow going off in a direction all by itself kind of threw me for a second. You guys, yeah, also moved this turn. And you came here to try to land a missile on this Drillson skirts and sink it. PPC on a 7. Yeah, if that hits, that's going internal. No two ways about it. And it's very likely to go internal. Those are 4s, though. If we fired them both, chances are they'd both hit. Chances are we'd land about 6 missiles. Archer is firing 2 medium lasers on 7s, was it? 6s. There's a good chance they're both going to hit. We can force a PSR if we hit with like everything. Or we could potentially sink it. The Drillson has, I want to say, more firepower than the Griffin, because the Griffin has a PPC and an LRM-10. The Drillson has a large laser and 12 SRMs. Yeah, those SRMs are the bigger threat. We are going to try to sink the Drillson. And you haven't even got a gun. Alright, the Drillson at the Mark II Archer hits it in the left leg with a large laser, leaving us with 6. 2 SRMs to the left arm, leaving it with 0. And a machine gun critting out the medium laser. An SRM to the left torso rear, leaving us with 4. 2 SRMs to the left arm and left torso rear. 2 SRMs to the right torso and center torso rear. That back armor is down to 2, 4, and 8. So kind of in the iffy zone there. Awesome on the Phoenix Hawk, hitting it in the right arm with a PPC, stripping it. Large laser to the center torso, leaving it with 15. Medium lasers to the left leg and left arm, leaving them with 10 and 5 armor there. The Cicada on Hoser, 2 medium lasers to the right arm and right torso, leaving us with 13 and 19. Atlas on the Stalker, hits with 12 LRMs to the right arm, left arm, and right leg. The Mark II Archer on the Griffin only hits with 1 medium laser, so we would have needed to hit with like at least 8 out of those 12 SRMs. I don't know if that was going to happen. But we did tag him with a medium laser to the arm, so that's good. The Plainsman shooting at this turret building hits with all 14 SRMs, looks like, leaving it with 11 structure and critting the rocket launcher and locking the turret. The Phoenix Hawk at Hoser's Ride. A large laser to the left torso, medium laser to the left arm. Armor's still looking good, 16, 14. APC at the Assassin, missing with both machine guns on 11s. The Spider missed a building on a 5, but hits with the other one and gets the LRM ammo. So that building is gone. That's, I think, the first time I've ever seen a building destroyed by an ammo explosion. I don't think I've ever seen that before. The friendly Brutus at the enemy Demolisher hits it in the right side with a large laser, leaving it with 22 armor. Also 5 LRMs, dropping it down to 17 and the 1 point to the front, which leaving it 39 armor, but still reducing its MP by half. So that thing is going to be, what, like a 1-2 now? I know they're slow. They are, okay, 3-5. I think when you have MP, you round up. So he should be a 2-3 after this, if I'm not mistaken. The Hermes also tagging Hoser with a couple of medium lasers to that left arm, leaving us with 4 armor there. Thunderbolt shooting at the building, the one that's already destroyed, I think. The Griffin going internal on the Javelin's left torso with that PPC, critting out the SRM ammo. Well, that is contract score that we're not going to get back. But more importantly, that's a friendly mech that was hopefully going to help me take out some hover vehicles that is not going to be able to do that now. First scratch it takes. This is why I hate light mechs. They cannot take a hit at all. So yeah, 96 damage to the left torso, 91 transfers to the center torso, destroyed by ejection, yada yada yada. The friendly Maxim on the Mercury hits it with 4 LRMs to the left leg, leaving it with 1 structure, and 3 LRMs to the right torso, leaving it with 4 armor. Stalker at the Atlas, needing 12s and 8s, hits with 8 LRMs to the right torso and left arm. The Von Luckner at the Assassin hits with 6 SRMs. Looks like left torso twice, left leg twice, right torso, center torso. So his left torso down to 6 armor, left leg down to 4, right torso down to 6, center torso stripped bare, left leg is actually down to 2. Assassin destroying this destroyed already building. The Javelin needing 8s. Would have hit the Griffin, but did not hit the Drillson, and will not get a chance to even try to kick it. LRM turret at the Phoenix Hawk, hitting it in the right arm with 3 LRMs, and the left leg with 2, going internal on the arm, but no crit. Building 37 collapses, landing on the Harvester mech for 4 damage to the right leg. Harvester mech also falls 2 hexes, he must have been on top of the building. Takes 9 damage to the left leg instead of torso. Fails to avoid falling damage. Needs a 3, gets a 12. Hoser needs a 5, gets a 5. Petra needs a 5, gets a 10. This enemy Phoenix Hawk needs a 6, only gets a 3. Takes 5 to the left arm, stripping it, and narrowly avoiding pilot damage. And we've got a punch on the Cicada on a 9. We've got a kick on the Griffin on a 4. Griffin kicks the Archer on the right leg for 11, leaving 15. Spider kicks the 4-string mech in the right leg, critting its hip. Awesome, punching the Cicada in the arm, leaving it with 2 structure, but otherwise fine. The Assassin kicking the APC for 8 to the rear, leaving it with 2. And our Archer kicking the Griffin in the left leg for 14, leaving 4 armor. Cicada missing his kick on the Awesome. Archer needs a 3 because he was kicked. Gets a 7. 4-string mech needs a 9 because he got his hip actuator hit. Gets a 7. Falls, takes 3 to the right torso, and that will be additional rolls at the end of the turn. As well as 1 right now to stall the engine. Gets a 12 on it though, so good. The Griffin needs a 6. Cicada needs a 5. They both get it. 4-string mech crits on the right arm. Harvester mech with a +5 modifier rolls a 14 for 3 locations to the center torso, gyro, engine, and cargo. So that's 2 engine hits and a gyro. Almost goes critical after that second engine hit. Needs a 7, gets a 5. Well, didn't want a 7, got a 5, is what I meant to say. Hoser's at 1 heat, Atlas is at 1 heat. Griffin is at 6, Phoenix Hawk is at 6, everyone else is pretty cool. We have won the absolute heck out of initiative, getting a 14 to their 4. We're at 71%. Allies at 94%, civilians at 88%, turrets at 9%. 58 and 77% of the enemy forces remaining. Alright, indirect attacks. Are we expecting this Stalker to still be here? And if not, do we have any better targets? And I don't think we do. So we will continue shelling these woods until there is nothing left. Battle still going on? Yeah. Hoser must still be alive. He has 1 heat. Hoser is actually in pretty decent shape. French had to eject. He'd lost both arms and both of his LRM launchers. Or one... he had lost one arm. The right torso and right arm were gone. He still had 3 lasers, but his left LRM rack had also been destroyed. Hoser, armor's getting pretty weak on that left arm, but other than that, I mean, still in decent shape. Like, you could take a PPC and be generally okay depending on where it hits you. And even if it does catch you in the left arm, like, there's nothing in your left arm. Except heat sinks, which I guess actually is kind of important. But yeah, at this point, you're, it's just paint damage, really. The only thing is, excuse me, this Stalker with a 2-3 pilot is advancing kind of right up the middle. Let's see, which one is he? This is the Thunderbolt. Yeah, it's this guy right here. Yeah. Kind of just advanced right up this way and is making things really difficult for, like, all of this. With those large lasers and the LRMs, he hasn't done much good with the medium lasers yet because I haven't gotten close enough, but the time is coming when I'm going to have to. Speaking of what condition everyone is in, so we just got the lowdown on Fred Jones's ride. Murdoch's ride is also, aside from this damaged right arm that we couldn't fix, in pretty much pristine condition. We've taken, looks like 5 damage to the right torso and like 23 damage to the left arm. But other than that, pretty much pristine. Petra in the Mark II Archer is about to lose an arm. Has already lost that laser. Yeah. Alright, laser got critted out. Holding it together, but not in as good a shape as I'd like, especially with this rear armor down to, like, in the left and right being down to, like, medium laser. And your backup also got PPC'd to destruction. So, yeah, you guys are gonna do nothing. Oh, yeah, oh, I guess I'm done going through my guys. That's all there are. I've got 3 mechs right now. And I don't... I'm not trying to whinge overly much, but, like, there's a Bulldog, a Von Luckner over here that have basically done nothing this entire... Well, I guess the Awesome's been a little helpful. But, like, that laser carrier that was over here that got one-shotted by the Stalker, I don't think he fired a single shot all match. Like, what are you doing with your life? You guys are still not in range of anything because you have no sensors or anything. Maybe try to creep in over here or something. I don't want to expose these guys to that Thunderbolt. He's got machine guns. Stalker has SRMs. So, yeah. We're going to try to stay low, stay cool. Demolisher did apparently nothing. Did you just turn? Yeah, you flanked 2 hexes. Okay, I guess I didn't see him move 2 hexes. Who was it that I wanted to check on? Was it the Demolisher that took motive damage? Yeah, he was a 3-5, now he's a 2-3. So we round up motive damage. For anyone who's, you know, keeping track at home. Petra. Can maybe take a laser shot at this Plainsman because we're down to 1 laser. I'd kind of rather go for the Griffin if I could. 465 because of heat, I imagine, yeah. You guys need to find cover. Right? This is an empty hex. Yeah, that is a clear hex. If we go here, or if we go here, that also leaves us pretty safe. Mercury can't shoot into his own hex. We can. being infantry and all. Yeah, I like that. And that Mercury only has one structure left on his leg, so like one little bit of damage that hits that and he is down and out. Phoenix Hawk, are you prone? Yeah, you're prone. You have not moved. Okay. You guys don't want to be within machine gun range of that Phoenix Hawk when he gets up. French will be moving into these woods to try to stay safe as he makes his retreat. And who is... Oh, this is the... I did not realize the... wasn't expecting the Javelin pilot to make it out alive. Time to retreat to the city and make them come one at a time to you. That's the thing though, is they're not really coming one at a time. They're... I mean, the Stalker and the Thunderbolt kind of approached together. Honestly, it's just a mess. The civilians are getting into the fray when I really wish they wouldn't. The allies are not getting into the fray as much as I wish they would. I'm just more comfortable using woods as cover than buildings. I think we should pull them back into our allies. Yeah, that can be tricky to tempt the AI into certain behaviors though, just on account of the fact that it's running an algorithm that's less predictable. But yeah, Varenka's saying move back into the city, and at this point, both of our archers are pretty hurt. The Awesome is not in as good a shape as I would like. I don't have as much control over this battlefield as I wish I had. Well, running away is not an option. If we do, we lose the contract completely. And like I would be willing to sacrifice a significant portion of the unit to keep from losing the contract, if that means, because I mean the archer that already ejected was in really rough shape, but we can rebuild that. It's just some negative points. No, this is a base defense. If we lose this, the contract is over. We have no base anymore. We have no employer anymore if we lose this mission. So retreat is not really an option. I would give up probably half the lance worth of mechs, not pilots, just mechs, to keep that from happening. And I don't consider the Mark III Archer a complete loss because, like I said, it's just a couple of torsos and an arm. We can replace that. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to back up into the city safely, but I'm kind of spread thin. I mean, if you look at, where did my map go? If we look at the map, I'm the green dots. So I've got the field gunners here, which are too afraid to move anywhere. I've got the archer here, which is basically surrounded and is pretty badly damaged, already missing a laser. Yeah, but where? They've got 3 guys to my 2 over here. They've got 4 guys over here to my 2. They've got 4 guys over here to my 2. And like, all these blue dots are my allies, and they're just kind of over here where they're not really doing much. And yeah, I know they're not super effective, and half of these are turrets and can't move anyway, but like this champion, he tried to take a shot at one point, but he needed like 10s and 11s, so he missed. This assassin is seriously like one good shot from dying, I think. I mean, he's got 2 left in his right arm, 12 left in his center torso. I mean, he's in pretty rough shape. His right torso is open on the back. So I don't know. What's going on, guys? Alright, so I want these guys to go after the Phoenix Hawk, because it has machine guns. We got Hoser, we've got the Atlas. Alright, let's see what I can do about maybe trying to draw them into some city streets and take them on, concentrate our forces and make them spread theirs out. I could back up here and the next turn to here and then the turn after to there. This Thunderbolt is going to have to either come this way or this way to get me. In the meantime, I think I've got him outranged. I've got an autocannon 10 to his large laser. I've got an LRM 20 to his 15. But the Stalker on the horizon is making me super nervous because he really is the best pilot on the field right now. But this would be long range for his lasers, extreme for the mediums and SRMs. So really the only thing he'd be throwing at me most likely would be the LRMs. And he doesn't have that many of those. Alright. We fall back a bit. I think I'm going to try and continue harrying this Phoenix Hawk over here, or maybe the Spider. 4 hexes I think is a good range for Hoser to engage in, because it's outside of the minimum range for the PPCs, but still within short range for the large laser. It does protect me from the Stalker. It puts me at 3, 6, 9. Very edge of extreme range for the Demolisher's autocannon, and he's shooting through woods, so that's what, +7 to his hit right there. Yeah, I'm gonna try to take down this Phoenix Hawk. Actually, 4 hexes, or I could go 6 hexes, which still shields me from the Stalker. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still extreme range for the Demolisher. That gives me short range for the PPCs and medium range for the medium lasers. It's less evasive, but there's not a lot I'm expecting to be shooting at me right now. And how many woods are we looking at here if we do that? Line of sight is not blocked, so that would just simply be his 3, 4, 5 for movement, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for range. Does he have 1 or 2 of those? I forget. I think the Demolisher has 2. Yeah, 2 of them. But on 11s, I feel pretty confident he's not going to hit with both at very least. And we should be able to tank 1 depending on where it hits. Archer. Oh, the Griffin did decide to go. What shape are you in? Oh, your legs are so tempting. But I only have 1 laser. All of my firepower is tied up in missiles right now. If I were to 3, 4, 5. 5 is not a good range for LRMs or lasers, but you are not evasive. I'm only walking. Yeah, I think we might be building up 4 heat this turn with this guy. And at the end of this turn, I think I'm gonna try and call it. I think I'm gonna have to save my game. I knew this mission was, whoa, stop that. I knew this mission was going to run long. I knew it wasn't going to be a single session game. So that just, I guess, is what it is. Where can you guys go where you're safe? I mean, that's medium range for the Cicadas weapons. Medium range for just about everything from the Stalker except the LRMs. And honestly, I'm expecting your LRMs to go to the Atlas. So On the other hand, that's still medium range from the Cicada. Technically within range of the Phoenix Hawk, but I feel like he's going to have his hands full. Yeah, I think he's trying to take out this forestry mech. I don't think I have to be as worried about the Phoenix Hawk right now. Alright, forestry mech needs a 9 to stand, takes 3 to the left torso because he didn't make it, which strips it, and narrowly avoids pilot damage. Narrowly avoids stalling the engine. Barely manages to stand up, and then ejects. Oh, that's the forestry mech. This is the harvester mech. Okay. The harvester mech ejects. Pilot takes 1 damage, no big deal. Phoenix Hawk needs a 5 to stand. Drillson needs a 6, flanking and turning. Maxim needs a trio of 2s for flanking and turning. Long Tom hits the stalker for 15 to the left arm, left leg, and center torso. Thumper hits the stalker for 5 to the center torso. Stalker needs a 4 or better because he took 20 damage. So, yeah, okay. So his left arm is getting weak, his left leg is still pretty tough, but his center torso just took 10 points of damage. So that's helpful. Artillery doing some good work. Alright, awesome. Came here to do one thing, and that is shoot PPCs at a Phoenix Hawk. On 4s and an 8. Or, no, we were gonna go with 8, 8. Yeah, we'll throw in 3rd. 3 heat's not enough to concern me. As long as we're shooting at the Phoenix Hawk, we might as well get these guys in on the action. Yes, I know you can't shoot that gun, and I know this is long range, but it's a shot, so we'll take it. Atlas, I think, is switching gears. Looks like the Bulldog and the Brutus are getting in on this, needing 9s and 11s, needing 5s and 7s. Those are gonna hit. At least some of that. Brutus is finally getting in on this action. If we do really well, maybe we can knock him down. So that's 8 and a bunch more 8s. And I actually want to save enough for an LRM strike. So we can do 1 more of those. And then a 6 puts us at 4 heat. Yep, I think that's the move. I like those odds. Archer needs 7s or 7s. Oh, because 5 hexes is the same for medium lasers and alarms. They both get +2. Yeah, we're gonna do 2 7s. We're gonna do 2 7s and an 8. That puts us at 4 heat, and hopefully immobilizes that plainsman. I really want that thing out of my hair so I can get out of this fight. Let me retreat. That's all I want. You guys have not got a target. You guys are going to do this thing that only thank you, on a 6. Yeah, I'll take that and hope for that leg. And then let's see, you guys were taking cover, and I don't think you've got a shot on anything because of that. Alright, and then yep, French has no guns, and I guess Aldaba has no guns. So the Cicada at the Awesome. 5 each to the center torso and right arm, 3 damage to the left arm, leaving us with 1 armor. We can always fix that arm if it gets busted. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if the Atlas's arm got busted, so I could just replace it without having to scrap it, but you know. The Bulldog at the Thunderbolt on 9s and 11s only connects with 2 SRMs to the center and left torso. The Champion on 10s of the Assassin, no dive. The Brutus on the Thunderbolt hits with a large laser to the center torso and 1 SRM to the left leg and 9 LRMs to the right torso and left arm, but he is still pretty fresh. The Phoenix Hawk at the Awesome hits with medium lasers to the left leg and right torso being down to 14 armor. The Awesome returning fire on the Phoenix Hawk to the right torso with 2 PPCs, 3 PPCs to the right torso, destroying it completely, blowing off the right arm, transferring 1 point to the center torso, which is followed up by a medium laser. He's down to 9 armor there. Good deal. The Autocannon 10 field gunners fire their auto rifles, generic sci-fi hand weapons, at the Phoenix Hawk, needing a 10 and missing. One of them needed a 6. Oh, that was on the Hermes. The Plainsman on the Archer, missing on 8s. The Atlas on the Thunderbolt, missing with the autocannon, and 3 of the medium lasers, hitting him in the right leg with the last one. 16 missiles hit, so not bad. That's 5 to the left arm, 6 to the left arm, 10 to the right arm, leaving them both with 10. Demolisher on the Awesome, needing 12s. I guess I forgot about the Dawn Dust penalty, because I was thinking 11s. APC at the enemy Spider on 11s and missing. The Spider on the APC on 9s and missing. The friendly Awesome on the Thunderbolt hits it in the right torso with his PPC and 9 LRMs to the right torso and left torso, leaving him with 4 armor on that right torso. Is that where he keeps his ammo? Yeah, you were completely fresh at the beginning of this. And yes, you have SRM2 ammo in that right torso. And the machine gun ammo is in the left arm. Okay. So yeah, if we can get into that right torso with, say, another medium laser, that'd be great. Friendly Maxim on the Phoenix Hawk, hitting it with 2 machine guns to the center torso and right leg. The Thunderbolt returning fire at the Atlas, connecting with 9 LRMs to the center torso and right arm. Our Archer at the Griffin, hitting with 25 LRMs, scattering all over, going internal on the right leg. The only other location that's less than 10 armor is the right arm at 9. And then the medium laser with the Plainsman missing on the 8. The Autocannon 20 field gunners at the Hermes hits with 9 damage to the right leg, the left arm, right torso, and center torso. So his left leg is still intact, which unfortunately means I'm probably going to get kicked. Why could I not just have hit that one leg? Shame. The enemy Stalker at our friendly Von Luckner hits with 9 LRMs to the left side, 21 armor remaining. Griffin on the Archer needs a 6 and gets a 4. The Assassin on the Champion needing 9s and missing. Hoser needs a 5, gets a 7. Griffin needs a 7, gets a 7. Thunderbolt needs an 8, gets a 7. Takes 7 damage to the right leg, 7, 7, 7. Sorry, it's late. Failed to avoid damage, first consciousness check, needs a 3, gets a 6. And the Phoenix Hawk needs a 6, gets a 7. So we're good there. Okay, Force Mech attacks the Phoenix Hawk with a chainsaw, missing on an 11. The Spider kicks the Maxim on a 7, misses. The Assassin punches the Champion on an 8, misses. The Champion kicks the Assassin on a 9, misses. And I guess the Hermes just decided not to kick my infantry. I mean, I'm not complaining. Nobody falls down. The Forestry Mech at the end of the round fell 1 level, rolls at 10 for crits, plus 3 is 3 locations. That's gyro, engine, cascading engine failure. That thing just went nuclear. And pilot Hangshu Liao has been picked up by the friendly APC. Okay. We have one initiative this turn, actually. Being that it's 20 minutes past 9, we are going to go ahead. We're going to save locally. We're going to call this one base defense, and we're going to go ahead and save that. We'll go ahead. Okay, we're gonna have to reset our bots when we reload this, but other than that, it should be fine. We'll call this one base defense 2, because why not? Okay, we're going to go ahead and save our campaign, and we're going to call it mid base defense, and we're going to save that, and we're going to go ahead and close out of this. And yeah, at this point I think we're just gonna call it for the night. Hope to see everyone again next week. It's been lovely having you all. Yeah, don't forget to join the community. We've got Discord, all that. Brutal so far? Yeah, it is. Actually, you know what? I just realized something. Let me see if... Oh, I guess it was on the screen. I just didn't see it. I'm adjusting the chat box. Okay, yeah. Link to the Discord. Absolutely, yes. And if you're on YouTube, it's like a one of those bit.ly links. So, I don't know, type it in or something. Frank, thanks for joining me. Thanks for sticking with me. I wish I'd been able to get more done. I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish the base defense mission in one night, but I feel like even after, God, almost 3.5 hours, thanks for not getting the Awesome killed. Yeah, the Awesome and the Atlas are both in pretty good shape right now still. Archers, not so much. Which, I don't know. I've got those Archers basically maxed out on armor is the first thing I do with every mech, so I might have to go and look at those and see what's going on. But yeah, appreciate you sticking with me. Have a good night, have a good week. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, and then just let me trail off into silence. Good night, y'all.